Nemesis 971 retained his knighthood for 18 months. Keep meowing.
know when I come on. Bang. Push it on.
I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
Show you. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Probably just a touch of space madness.
Gangsta Boogie.
What's poppin'? Is what it is. Is what it is.
Everybody wanna be a damn MC.
Well, good evening and welcome everybody. Hopefully we're actually going to have a game tonight. I did start this up so we can just take a look at what the Beasley has going on over there. Looks like instead of having a game, we're going to watch the news and see what windy.com is going to say. Let's actually open it up on the screen over here and take a look at the Hurricanes. We got Milton coming in. In the meantime, it does seem like we do have, I think, most of everybody here. Elephant Guy, you want to join me? Actually, give me a second. Let me actually move myself. Ooh, a new draft. Give me a sec. Okay, got it, good. Let me put my name up. There we go. And move myself to one of the casting channels. Elephant Guy, do you want to join us, by the way, sir, on oh, there we go. Hello there. Let me actually switch my sound settings so I can hear you. Doing it now. There we go. How are you doing, sir?
Howdy, I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm still trying to recover from the last few days. I had a back pain. I don't know. I would say if you had one of those between the neck and the upper back.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It
I have
usually happens when you sleep in a bad position, or at least that's how it happened to me.
Yes, or you have the window open and like it's cold and versus warm and so on. I don't know, but I have like one of those patches with like charcoal on my back. It gets warm.
Like there's a famous brand in America. I think it's Icy Hot.
Yeah.
It's like hot and cold at the same time, and you put it on, and
Oh,
it
really?
helps. Yeah,
That's interesting. I didn't find one of those. We have. I mean, I tried the ones with pepper. You just put it on the screen, and there's like a patch, a big patch that just makes your skin extremely warm, or this one with charcoal.
Yeah.
That I don't know. It's kind of like in between. Oh, we actually have a draft. We actually have a
Yes,
draft.
there should be a draft link. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't wanna join the draft link and scare them, right? Usually, if there's too many players in the draft, they get worried
Denied
because I'm not
Hero
actually gonna be
retained his
joining the
knighthood
lobby or
for
anything.
31
Yeah,
months.
makes sense,
Right.
sense. Well, let's see how things are going to develop here. And in the meantime, thank you so much, Danny Dingo. Much appreciated. We do have the pick and ban phase started, and it does seem like they're going to take out Tilted Axis and East versus West Pangea. Man, this map is just not getting played. I don't know how it
East
got in.
versus West Pangea is a map
Yeah.
that's getting banned because teams haven't had time to practice it. So if you think that the enemy has practiced it more than you have, it's a no-brainer to ban it.
I see. Yeah,
Like,
makes sense.
It's a recent addition to the map pool for CPL.
Yeah.
It was added just this season, and a lot of teams have not played.
So it
those
matters
settings?
that much to actually make that training, that extra effort to get the
Yeah,
training.
no, you have to have training on East versus West because it's so different than the other maps. Like, East versus West enables. There's probably like 25 different strategies that are all very strong up on the map. And if you come in with a mediocre strategy, you're gonna lose. Like,
I see.
having a guy that's guaranteed to be free sim makes it very, very preparation dependent, right?
Yeah.
It's the most preparation dependent map, actually. It's less about playing your. Like, on other maps, it's often about how you can adapt to your position.
Mhm.
But on East versus West Pangea, you don't have to adapt to your position. You know what your position is loading into the game, right? So these builds that are maximum greed are just very potent. And if you're not practiced on that, then you don't want to play it.
Yeah, makes sense. But it looks like nobody's getting the practice, so nobody's getting the map in. I don't know. You know,
Well,
like it's
they're
a
banning it because they
self-feeding
haven't
prophecy,
practiced it,
you know?
right?
So-
They're banning it because they haven't practiced it.
Yeah.
Whereas all the other maps, they have practice from the previous CWC. Like 7 Seas has been in the map pool forever. Pangea Standard has been in the map pool for like 2 years. Lakes has been in the map pool for 2 years, right? They have all this practice on these other maps. But East versus West, most teams have not practiced much of it.
I see,
So
I see.
if you're one of those teams that hasn't played like 3 or 4 scrims on it and tried to get good at it, it's just you ban it because you're afraid of it.
Yeah. Well, now it's gonna be down to 2 choices, and it seems like they're gonna go for 7 Seas. We might actually get some naval action going on here.
Yeah, 7 Seas is an interesting map for watching French teams on. They tend to play a little bit less naval focus on it than CPL teams.
True. And a lot of the times I've seen actually the land civilizations do decide basically the winner in some form or another. I'm actually quite curious the mix of that they're gonna go for, if they're gonna have like 1 wrecking ball, 2 wrecking balls on their team. I've seen the French actually in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks being a lot more aggressive when it comes down to their picks than the CPL teams. Like picking up Scythia, Mastodon, Genghis, stuff like this in the games.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see an Aztec for sure. If it doesn't get banned, the French love that. And I'm not 100% certain on the other civs. We might see a Mastodon, and we'll probably see a Genghis. I think a lot of strong teams have the opinion that Genghis is too strong right now. So if Genghis doesn't get banned, I think the civs to watch are Genghis and Aztec, but we might see something out of left field, such as a Mastodon. I'm less expecting a Mastodon, but it could happen.
Yeah.
Mastodon's still pretty high risk, right? On Aztec, if you
is.
spawn free sim, you're a good simming civ.
I mean, like, I think
On
it depends on
Mastodon, if
who's
you spawn
playing
free
it.
sim,
Because I've seen Daniel, right? Play it efficiently, even on Tilted Axis coastal, not even like naval, not even on land. So he wasn't really using its power. But he did manage to do a very, very good game with it. And I think we've seen before, if you remember, like the games that Jack the Ripper did with Mastodon still trying to play it normally. And it was like half and
it's
half.
pretty much just a no bonus civ, though. Like, if you are good enough that you can pilot a no bonus civ well, I guess there isn't very much danger to picking Mastodon. But the fact of the matter is, if your opponent has the same size hands that you have, they're gonna be bigger than you. Like, on a civ with a simming bonus. Like, if you compare Mastodon sim to Babylon, If you have the same player playing Mastodon and the same guy playing Babylon, the Babylon's going to have a 50 science, 50 culture edge on turn 55 because it's just a better Civ.
It's just it is what it is. But then you start pumping out tanks or boats or something, and you start getting a lot of science.
Yeah, you can definitely play it for a later timing on Mastodon. You don't have to roll up with Heteroi and Hypaspis. You can show up at a later timing for sure, but
yeah,
it's just more inconsistent.
For sure. Man, normally
Because if
it's better
you
to
let them
play.
get a tech lead on you, your ability to push goes out the window.
Yeah. Well, I do see they banned quite a few strong civilizations here. Spain and Sumeria were first banned, then Kublai Mongolia, and then Maori. Chandragupta and Rome over here also got banned. I do have to say they did ban 2 coastal civs, 2 navals, and then 4 of these land civs.
I think that Chandragupta is a must ban for Team 2, so I don't really think that's a shocker.
Mhm.
And Coupe is arguably a must ban for Team 2. A lot of teams are picking up on the fact that Coupe, after this latest round of changes, is still an S tier Civ.
Yes. No,
So I think those 2 are almost must bans. The fact that Team 1 bans Spain is interesting because a lot of teams will, if they're Team 1, they'll be like, oh, we're just going to grab Spain. It's good in all these situations, right? It has conquistadors, it has a continent split bonus, it has a strong naval bonus. Like, I think that's not that. I think Spain being banned by Team 1 is the interesting thing here, right? Team 1 would usually leave up that pick for something that they want. So the question is, what does FDLV want to first pick that's not Spain?
Well, we're coming to exactly that question. We got Varangian and Catherine de Medici, the Black Queen. They also banned Mapuche. I was just thinking of Mapuche, but
Why is Varangian getting a ban?
I don't know, but I think it's
That
more
Civ
because of
consistently
now.
underperforms.
Yeah. Yes and no.
It
Yes
does.
and no.
No, you've watched the games where this Civ gets picked. I've played this Civ on games on Rich Highlands and I've underperformed. The Civ just consistently underperforms. I don't know what it is about the Civ.
I think it's more about the Genghis and Scythia. On both sides, we got war.
No, I mean Scythia is also amazing. But Genghis is the true flavor of the month right now.
I
think that people are finally picking up.
Yeah.
People are finally picking up on the fact that Better Balanced Map tries to put 1 player on each continent, and that almost guarantees that your War Civ will have a target, or at least compared to Better Balanced Starts, your War Civ gets a target a lot more often. People didn't realize this when the Better Balanced Map initially came out. I was one of the few people saying this, and we've finally seen the War Civs come to fruition, where every team is drafting the War Civs at a high priority. It took like 6 months or 8 months for people to figure this out.
Well, coming back to the point of that's a very good point. Don't get me wrong. And we've seen this happening more and more. The war civs, the wrecking balls, as I like to call them, getting in between 3 or 4 of their enemies and just doing chaos. But coming back to the point you made about Varangian, I've seen him, like hit and miss quite a few times, but he also has the wrecking ball option with its Zerkers or the city states or stuff like that. I've seen it actually quite a few times being used efficiently, and I think it's more about the gameplay. Like the players just like the idea of going for the coastal holy site civilization that also gives you quite a bit of power using the city states. That's it.
You know what's
I don't
shocking
think it's a thing.
is that they actually went for Varangian ban instead of Norway Classic, which has a much more lethal guaranteed timing. All you have to do is build galleys.
Right. Konga is still here. And
Yeah,
he's
Konga
not
is
getting
still
banned.
up.
Oh my god.
No,
You're
Konga
right.
is still up, and they banned Varangian before that. So if you're arguing about Berserkers, the only reason you picked Varangian over Classic Norway is if you wanted to make a levy play.
Oh man, I mean longboats. I am
longboats
ready
are
with a
available.
lot of popcorn here for longboats, so you know.
I also want to point out that Ulyss picked Russia into Genghis, and that's a classically terrible matchup for Russia. That takes you're gonna probably be burning a remap token on that decision.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it stylistically, Genghis is all about pushing his stats up and applying maximum pressure with a printing and an intelligence agency timing.
Yeah.
And Russia is all about delaying their stats as long as possible, getting a ton of districts out at a low cost, and then being massive on turn 70.
Yeah.
And so Genghis just, like, as a concept, the way Genghis wants to play the game versus how Russia wants to play the game, Genghis wants to go like Grandmaster's Chapel, gets punished for not going Intelligence Agency. Russia wants to delay its stats, gets punished for not having stats up early enough. Russia's kind of needing Feed the World so that it can play its cities. Whereas if it goes Feed the World and goes Monumentality into Genghis, its culture is going to be terrible.
Yep.
Like, it's just a brutal matchup, and I'm shocked that they're actually willing to pick Russia into Genghis.
Oh, well, let's see how things are going to deliver here for Team Ulyss. FDLV is going to go for Brazil, which will spawn in the middle of the map, and we're going to get to see if he's actually going to get to use his, how to say, his bonuses over there with the Minas Gerais, although I kind of doubt it, but we've seen it end games so many chmes. With just a single harbor, chop some galleys over there, and some quadrims, and boom, you got 4 amazing ships.
Yeah, Brazil's actually a very strong pick for the La Vega. There's something else that you probably missed with this is Brazil's actually a reasonable matchup into Scythia, and it doesn't seem like it would be, but not chopping your jungle hills means that the Scythian Sakas are much less able to punish you, because they're going to have all these jungle in the way, preventing them from shooting you. And you don't actually need the build charges to get high production up, whereas Scythia is trying to use light cavalry to gain control of your terrain. But they can't actually gain control of your terrain. This isn't Civ 5. A unit standing on the tile doesn't make it, so you can't work the tile. You can still work the tile even if there's a Saka standing on it.
yeah, you just ignore it. That's it. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. No, that's actually a reasonably safe pick into Scythia. Like, FDLV has a great draft going on right now. What I do think is going to happen here is we're going to see Dido picked up by Ulyss. 99%. I don't know why they wouldn't grab a naval Civ here. You probably want to protect your 2 not really naval civs like Russia, and Dido I think is just the next strongest thing in the list. Maybe it's a 0 naval civ draft.
Just gonna make a comment over here on the stream. I'm actually looking for some headphones for myself. I've had some Sennheiser's Game 0. I think I had like 3 different ones, and they all broke in the same way after about the same time. And then I got some Audio Technica ones that they also broke, by the way. If you want to see this is incredible. Now, first of all, the microphone is not working anymore, even if I haven't used it other than like a month, and it shouldn't break. Like, look how big this wire is, and look at this, man. Look at this. It's just look how it actually ripped apart the pads in like half a year of use, or like eight months of use. This is incredible. This is I don't know if I can even replace these pads. At least to the Game 0 I could replace these pads, until guess what, they're not making them anymore. It is what it is. So now I'm on the fence with both Audio Technica and the Game 0, because they just don't work. And this is, by the way, Audio Technica is not, this is studio. This was for studio. This wasn't for gaming. I tried both and it didn't work. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna need to take a look at what headsets I could try. Maybe some Bayer Dynamics this time. I heard they're good. I have no idea. But anyway, FDLV is gonna go for Dido, and it looks like Indo. They will pick 2 naval civilizations, and of course kind of a hybrid over there with Brazil. While on the other side we do have Babylon being being picked by Team Ulyss, and in the last bands Montezuma, Konge, Japan, Hojo Tokumen, and Eleanor Cleopatra. Machiavelli, hello there, sir. Oh, what do you think of Sweden pick? Oh my god, Elephant Guy is gonna go crazy with this.
Dude, did they actually pick Sweden?
I don't know. They're clicking on it. They're clicking. You don't see the screen?
They're not actually picking Sweden. There's no reason that they don't need another culture victory threat, and Sweden has a terrible matchup navally in the Dido-Indo, and it has a bad matchup on land in the Genghis. That's not a real pick. I'd be less surprised to see them pick Zulu. At least that stuff has some upside.
I see. What is the...
Sweden does not have any upside.
I didn't realize you didn't see the draft. Now I'm...
Oh, it's fine. I was watching on your stream.
There we go.
Wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Both do very well at speakers, not very well at headphones. And I do have to say, I do need good headphones, like for my work, like for doing music. That's what I use to actually hear the sounds, and it takes quite a bit of time to learn a new headset because of how different its driver when it works. Oh,
They're not going to go for Cleo.
They did go for Cleo. That's gonna be Cleopatra Ptolemy.
I don't know about the zero naval civ draft from Ulyss. This is a bit. I mean, you don't want to pick a naval civ once the enemy has Indo Dido. You don't have a winning matchup, and this is why I think they should have picked Dido before the Babylon, because now they're kind of locked out of the sea. They don't have a civ that can really compete with either of those two.
Yeah,
like a Vicky being picked into Indo Dido could absolutely be just fish food, right? It could get beaten down so much.
Maybe Scythia can do some moves on the coast. It's not bad with the
Scythia can play navally, but you don't want it playing navally.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Scythia should not have a winning matchup against Dido or Indo. It will require a lot of investment from the team to make that a winning matchup. So I don't know about the Cleo pick. I mean, I guess if Egypt was banned and Samaria was banned, and you have one guy that really, really, really wants to build out a Monarchy, for some reason, you could pick it, but it doesn't even have a particularly this pick. What is this Cleo supposed to bring to the table? You have high stats in Hammurabi. You have a culture victory threat on Russia. You have a war civ on Scythia. What is this Cleo Ptolemaic bringing to the table? It's not going to have higher science than Babylon. It's not going to have higher culture than Russia. It's not a better war civ than Scythia. It doesn't make more money than Babylon or Russia. Like, what is the civ bringing to the table? I don't see it.
It's preference by the player. That's
I mean, it's probably somebody's comfort pick.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can.
That's the only thing
I can imagine is it's a comfort pick.
Yeah, it matters so much that you're actually comfortable. You know the roads you need to take. You know in which order and so on. I do have to ask you: do you want to join the lobby? I don't think there is a second caster.
No. I want to be able to. If this game goes longer than 3 hours, I want to be able to walk my dog. So I don't want to.
Makes sense.
I don't want to be tied down to this lobby. I just would be watching this game because I respect both these teams a lot.
Yeah, so
makes
sense.
I decided if I'm going to be actively watching, I might as well see if I can provide some commentary along with you.
So
because I want to talk about it with somebody.
For sure. And thank you so much for joining the stream. In the meantime, we should be watching what's going on in Tampa. It looks like the hurricane is ongoing. It will just take a few hours. Maybe even we're gonna watch it make landfall in Sarasota. It will only take. Oh no, it's actually in the morning, like 7 or something. It hit 5, I think. It hits Sarasota. Ooh, then basically it's gonna have quite some time. Eh? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this hurricane is very, very hyped up in American news as well.
Yes, I noticed. It's Cat 5, but it's actually 4. It has like X amount of miles per hour, but it's actually less. So much stuff is over there, just overblown.
I have some family down there. Well, my girlfriend has some family down there, and it's a bit worrisome. We think that things are gonna flood it really bad again.
Yeah, it's very likely. I don't know, because I mean I don't know exactly how to search, but I'm pretty sure I can actually search for how much rain is gonna drop. This is an amazing.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Rain, thunder, rain accumulation.
It'll be interesting. I want to see. I want to see if Tampa like. I think everyone's on the edge of their seat, seeing if it's going to be similar to a Katrina level event.
It says, I was thinking of Katrina also. It says that it will accumulate like 160 milliliters, I guess it is, between Tampa and Spring Hill. A bit to the north, it won't rain that much.
Yeah, that's about. I think that's 160 milliliters. That's about 8 inches or 9 inches of rain.
Yeah, I mean that's not that much. Let's be real.
I mean, it's a good bit.
Yeah, it's a good bit. It's good. It's very.
Because it's all going to be coming down in around 24 hours, right? That's the impactful part is how much it's going to be, or how quickly it's going to be raining, right? Because the ground can only absorb so much, even in a place as wet as Florida, the ground can only absorb so much water at a time until it gets overloaded and things start flooding.
Yeah. Oh, I see at the ground level.
Tampa's recently been growing a lot. They've been putting up a lot of new subdivisions and stuff, and the subdivisions have a lot of pavement, and pavement is notoriously bad at dealing with water. It doesn't really, like, the concrete doesn't really absorb water the same way that the marshland does.
It also looks like on one of the predictors, the ones that the lowest to the ground, it says that it will reach like even 300 something milliliters, I guess, of rain.
Yeah, it's gonna rain a ton.
Yeah.
That's gonna completely flood some neighborhoods and Tampa. The question is just how bad is it gonna be, and will it be a? Because Katrina took at least a year to really start as a problem. The question is, how long is the cleanup gonna take?
Yeah.
Because if people are displaced from their homes for more than like 3 months, that's kind of a disaster.
Oh, for sure. It's never good to have something like this. But I do have to say, last week, for example, we had a lot of warnings on our phones, waking us up in the morning, telling us there's going to be massive storm coming for us with a massive rainfall and so on. So we actually got to prepare and try to actually, protect our cars, try to protect our garages and stuff like that from floods, especially if they were underneath the building, and then only popped a few raindrops, and it was basically a normal rain, and everybody was like, "Really, bro? Really? What's up with this, man?" They were like, "Oh my god, man." Anyway, Janus, hello there, sir. Today in Warsaw there was a silence. I didn't read there was a practice, and I didn't know what was happening. Yeah. Oh, wait, you're okay. I see. It was more a matter that they were not able to gas shortages and grid load exist. I guess you're talking about actually going to gas stations and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's probably it probably costs like $25 for a gallon in Florida right now, or the gas stations don't have gas. Like $25 for a gallon. To put in perspective, the average gas price in Florida is probably around $4 for a gallon.
Yep.
So it's probably inflated by like 6 or 7x if you want to actually be able to buy a gallon of gas in Florida right now. Just because of the position, I guess.
Yeah.
Or the problems that are coming. People have been buying all the gas and driving away. Driving up the
I can imagine.
I imagine
whenever there's
Atlanta's
something like this,
full right now.
People want some reserves, something to.
Yeah, people also want to have some for their generators, or just make sure their tank is full in their car before the storm hits as well, in case they somehow can drive somewhere, even if they decide to stay in place. It pays to be prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have to say we're waiting right now for a player. Ulyss did get suspended a few days ago, and he still has until Friday, I believe, to actually get unsuspended. So we're waiting for Freritos, which we don't know exactly when he's gonna join or something.
Yeah, they said sorry for the wait. He's coming.
Yeah. That's Malm, no? I hope so.
Coming.
Yeah, I really hope so.
I'm not sure who they have playing.
Yeah. I mean, usually suspended players cannot join the normal games, so yeah.
No, he can't play. Quitting on a no
play. Wait
kind of
a second.
Right?
Wait. New news over here. Ulyss telling me Freritos might have a family problem. You won't join. No, we won't get to see this awesome game. No. Okay, he's trying to get somebody else. Okay, emergency sub. I emergency sub.
Yeah, they might need an
I'm not in any team.
I'm
not in any team. Oh my god, kick W. Man, everything to get the games going, no?
It would be the first time that the caster subbed into the game.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, we don't see the map. We don't know any information. It's fine. It is what it is.
My team had I remember one time my power went out and we had the caster sub into my spot because we just needed a guy so the game could be played. It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I did this also for the French community quite a few times when they were missing somebody, but usually in like Division 3, Division 2, where it's fine. Not in Division 1.
It's a lot harder to sub into a Division 1 team.
Well, I think you know this as well, right? You need to have at least a bit of a synergy and some knowledge of your allies over there, what they want,
It's very helpful if you guys know each other, yeah.
Yeah. What to ask, for example. Some people have different ways of how to say, gathering their information, and sometimes information gets lost in between because you don't ask for it or they forget to ask. And Sasu is saying he's also got an emergency sub. Never played multiplayer. Good evening, sir. Welcome. Yeah, being without power definitely is not good. No good. Yeah. Definitely, you need to have one of those generators over there.
I mean, depending on where you are in Florida, it's not necessarily your generator that's going to be the problem. It's going to be if you're in a place that's going to flood, right? I think the big issue right now is going to not be power, but the rising water. But I could be wrong. About that. Florida does have pretty good drainage for the most part, on account of it gets rain a lot there, so it is one of the states that can handle it better. But I still don't think I don't think that this side of Florida can handle this amount of rain. And yeah, just because you're not in a flood zone doesn't mean it won't flood. Like, there's been a lot of construction in Florida. A lot of people have been moving to Florida, right? So it'll be the construction changing the way that the land floods, because the more cement you have around you, the less dirt that can actually hold water you have around you.
From what I understand, in Florida, there are also some building codes that you need to, like the requirements to actually get your buildings done are way tougher than you would have in, for example, like in the middle of the US or in the north of the US, just because of the increased risk and the lack of insurance, as in you cannot insure your house if you don't get those requirements.
I think what's happening, and I could be wrong about this, but what's happening is insurance companies are starting to kind of abandon Florida to some extent. So the codes that they would be enforcing otherwise are starting to be ignored a lot more often because they won't insure it anyway.
I see. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a recipe for disaster if those are not
well, I mean,
enforced.
If people are anticipating more and more extreme weather, and it's in, like, if your house is flooded, let's say you're trying to insure a house that's already had its floor replaced 2 or 3 times because of flooding damage, right?
Yeah.
Which insurance company is going to take that bet? Like, oh, we're going to have to replace this floor again in 3 years? Like, how much are you going to have to pay for that insurance? It's a huge premium, so much so that people just won't be able to pay for it, right? So the insurance company won't offer it because the price tag for the insurance would be, it needs to be able to, like the insurance needs to make money on it, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can get some sort of how to say methods of building without allowing the building to be flooded, so the floors are not flooded.
There's probably ways to do that, but again, the more houses there are, the less marshland there is, and the marshland is what absorbs the water. So, it eventually, it doesn't matter what your building standards are. The place will flood if Florida just gets crowded enough. So if you're living in the middle of Tampa, there's eventually no place for the water to go. It's all just cement, and it just sits on top of the cement.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. That's just the facts. Like, you can have the best drainage system in the world. If the water is going over the drain, it's gonna sit on the cement, and it's gonna come into your house. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God! They got in! We got Barsake joining us. Let's go! So, who do we have? We got Mam, we got Barsake, we got Tirits and Sprig showing up for Freritos de la Vega. On the other side, we got Arwen, which I don't know exactly who is. Expli, Historia, and Kilaad. Let's actually see. Who is Arwen? Who is Arwen over here? Let me. He probably has the name from. Wait.
It's actually interesting here as well. They're bottom slotting Russia? That almost never happens. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm responding to Barsake, who's saying he's subbing into the game, but nobody actually joined the game. You know? He was the only one that joined the game. Ulyss was never in the lobby.
Well, it's not really a sub then, but it looks like they found a player, so that's the important part. What's also, it's super interesting. They're bottom slotting to Russia?
They're what?
they're putting in the bottom
Oh,
slot
they're
right now,
butting.
Russia.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, he
Which
doesn't care. no?
usually you'll want to put Russia higher up because Russia is going to contest some of these critical wonders, and also culture victory works based off slot order. So almost always you want Russia to be near the top on the slot order. But putting it on the bottom here is an interesting decision. Like, I would think that I would put Babylon up for Colosseum chances plus Great Scientist chances, and I would put Russia up. And Russia would be up for CV plus Temple of Artemis plus Russia's just a civ that you're expecting to be a late game carry. So really
Yeah.
interesting. Like, this is the opposite of how I would do it. There is arguments to be made that Scythia should go up because it's going to struggle to get the great people for combat against Genghis or for admirals against Dido and Indo if it is in a position where it can fight. So there is an argument to be made to put Scythia up, but not putting like Cleo Ptolemaic. Who's contesting Cleo's Adamanaki? Nobody. Nobody's going to contest Cleo's Adamanaki. That's just crazy, right? You're not going to contest the Egypt that has 25% bonus towards building the wonder. That's just like a recipe for disaster, right? So I don't understand the Cleo slot position at all. Asia and Genghis going up. I don't know what these teams are doing. I think they have the opposite philosophy to what I have, which is the civs that are most likely to get the great people we put on top. They seem to be saying these
I
civs
do have
need the
to say,
extra help.
I'm so sorry that Barsake is actually like he has a problem and he's like sick and so on, and he didn't really wanted to play, and he's like kind of annoyed with the whole situation.
I mean, it's fair to him to be annoyed with the whole situation. If you schedule a game and you say it's fine, we have the players, and you get called on last minute because your team does not have the players, I would be annoyed too.
Yeah.
No, the slot order is so interesting to me here. Why are they putting Indonesia on the top slot? What is that for? An admiral? But you have Dido to help you unlock the admiral. Good slot order for the Indo because you have a second naval civ to help.
Okay, let me see. We need to ask chat. This is the moment chat actually gets to influence the stream so much. We're going left, talk about Peter here, or we're going right, talk about Gitarja. Chat is gonna need to tell us, is left or right, chat? Left or right? And in the meantime, I'm gonna need to do the predictions. We go right. Oh my god, wait a second. No, we go left. Saipong said it first. Saipong first. We're going Russia. There we go. So let's see where's Russia. Oh, in the single tanda that we actually have big enough. Not amazing land, but he does have quite a few chops. Now I do see he's gonna have his a lot of deers, actually 1, 2, 3 deers in the capital, with a few gypsum tiles that he's probably not going to be that fond of. We definitely see him with a lot of territory to the south, in between him and his opponents. Dido to the left as an opponent, to the right he's going to have Scythia, an ally. So nobody to actually bother him here. He's free simming. That's gonna be nice for him. Kaguana in the corner over there, and Dido, Barsake to the southwest. That's not gonna intervene that much into him for the game. Oh, who's south? Is there anybody south? Oh man, Mongolia, man. That's an opponent. Okay. What do you think? Is Scythia gonna just make a belt over here to try to make the defense against Mongolia? Are we gonna see? Yeah, we probably will see this. There's no other way for him, no? It's Karakorum over here. It's Pokrovka over here, and there's quite a few freshwater cities that he's gonna get to place to the west side. To Virginia.
No, it's too far for Scythia to take over the defense of Russia. That's never gonna happen.
At the beginning,
it's just
yes.
too far away.
At the beginning, yes.
I think even in the mid-late game, the thing about the Genghis-Russia matchup is if Genghis doesn't severely punish the Russia in the first 60 turns, then Russia's gonna win the matchup. Russia just scales better.
Well,
so,
let's see this happening, because quite a few times it does depend on the land.
If Scythia can't defend Russia in the early game, then Scythia doesn't need to defend Russia, because the Russia will eventually be able to handle the Genghis just fine.
Well, that's gonna be nice. And look at these 140 years that he's gonna have in the capital, getting his builder out already to start improving them. Is this gonna be a
Yeah, that's
goddess,
gotta
or
be-
we're talking goddess
That's
of the
gotta
hunt?
be the only reason that he would open Builder first is if he's going Goddess of the Hunt. Otherwise, he would open
Mhm.
Animal to try to hit a 3-1. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he could open Animal Husbandry to try to get a horse tile by, and then you would probably open Scout if you thought that that was going to happen. Like if you thought that that tile that he has on his third ring there was a horse,
Yeah.
then he might open Animal Scout and just use the animal to work a 3-1 and a 1-4.
Mhm.
But if he's opening Builder, this is 100% Goddess of the Hunt angle. And I think Goddess of the Hunt is probably right looking at his team's composition and the number of camps he has in his capital. I think it's probably his strongest.
Well, let's move forward and take a look at Hammurabi here, who's going to be in the middle of the map. Took up Brazilian spawn. Looks like he's going to have a few mountains. His rivers are going to be weird, but it's fine. He also will have Egypt right next door to him, so they can set up some coastal trade routes, and I'm pretty sure they can use the northern seas that are going to be Sea of Azov over here to get actually 3 nations trading to each other, which is going to be awesome. That's a lot of gold.
No,
Now-
this
Yeah,
this
yeah.
this C configuration is a massive high roll for
Yes, yes.
for Ulyss. They have a triple naval trade route thing that can easily happen that's uncontested by the Indonesia or the Dido. So if you think about this from a drafting perspective, FDLV invested 2 of their picks into the strongest naval civs they could get on the map, and they still managed to not spawn on the coast where they can interrupt the opponent's money making. That's just very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. Like, super unlucky. They both spawned on small seas that aren't connected to anybody.
Yeah, Mahapahit is over here. Frodo, by the way, this is Spriggan, if I read the Discord correctly. And on the other side, we got, let me take a look over here. So, Distoria, Expli, Kila, then Lena is gonna be Arwen. Lena is Arwen. Okay. Wait, Lena is, wait a second, isn't
I
he
think
Mars
Arwen is
Mayfield?
Arwen. I was
It's
told
Mars
Arwen was
Mayfield.
just a-
Okay. Yeah, that's the name we're
okay.
knowing him of. Okay, taking a look at Hammurabi. I do see he's getting his scouts out. Sabu Kipidum going towards the north. Actually, he got only one.
It's-
Doesn't actually have a city state to take out.
It's
And it
kind of
doesn't look
interesting
like
to
they
me,
can
actually.
coordinate.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Saboom.
Yeah.
A lot of good Babylon players still open 2 scouts on 2-2 base. I'm surprised that he opted to go Saboom Scout. I guess
And,
maybe he knows something I don't. But
I'm also surprised about the fact that he already has an ally to the east, so the eastern sector is going to be scouted. The south, he already sent his warrior towards. Sabu Kipitum taking up the north. I guess he doesn't know
he
about the
doesn't
north.
see he doesn't see the
sea.
coast and he doesn't
Yeah.
see the massive mountain range. So
Yeah,
the scout makes a lot of sense from the player's vision. So 2 scout open is definitely what I would be expecting. It's just unlucky that he's not going to be able to get much value out of these units.
Yeah.
Like the
well,
Spoom's going to find this massive mountain range, and then they're going to find the coast, and it's going to be like, well, where am I supposed to go? But
oh,
maybe
I
he's
do
opening
see
it up
something
so that
else.
Yeah,
Actually, he
or-
opened that scout, but then Cleopatra didn't go for another scout. Historia is gonna leave him to discover the land between them, and then you see scout to start going for the northern sector and the southeastern sector, so he actually gets to cover every bit of their territory with a minimal investment.
Something interesting here is the Cleopatra is actually already low rolled on this Cleo P pick.
Mhm.
Cleo P gets the extra food from settling on a floodplain resource.
Yep.
And he's managed to not get a floodplain resource, so he's stuck on a 2-2 base.
Yep.
And it doesn't look like his expands. Maybe he'll get an expand on the maze. Maybe. It's very expensive.
And another one to the north, like maize and the rice settles over here are gonna be to the north.
I guess maybe his 2 expands can have 3 food bases, but his capital was a bit.
Slow, yeah, slow. Well, I guess we're gonna need to see how this story is gonna play it today. I know he really likes Cleopatra Ptolemy, so might as well take some popcorn and wait for him to actually show us the way here with Cleopatra. Taking a look at Expli, let's actually see on Expli. We got Pokrovka. He started off, he did get a builder and he's gonna start improving his territory here. We do have a settler coming up in 2 turns. And oh my god, this another question for you, elephant guy. How much do you think it matters that you actually get the craftsmanship bonus? Because you got the timing, right?
craftsmanship boost,
If you just
like-
get a builder in there, you got the timings, right?
Yeah, it doesn't actually. Most players won't even open craftsmanship on a builder first. The
Mhm,
only
mhm.
reason to open craftsmanship is if you have a guy that's planning on horse rushing his neighbor,
Yeah.
Or maybe you have Eagle Warriors that you want to produce with the card.
Yeah.
For the most part, the early trade route, because the trader scales on the number of civics and techs that you've unlocked, building the first trader as quickly as possible makes it the cheapest for the maximum benefit. So almost everyone's going to open foreign trade, and if you're opening foreign trade, you're going to go early empire because early empire is stronger than state workforce. The settler production is generally stronger.
Of course.
So it's
I'm not talking
kind of
about
it doesn't matter at
opening.
all, basically.
I'm talking about trying to get the boost with the builder you have instead of using it for something else. In between you getting early empire and getting the craftsmanship bonus. And do you see what I see?
Somebody will get a builder out.
Somebody will get a builder. Somebody's gonna get
somebody
it. Somebody will pick it up.
But actually boosting it is like a nice to have. It's not a requirement. A lot of players will open. Like the meta right now is opening like 4 settlers straight away, or 3 settlers straight away, and then the craftsmanship you just hard tech it. It's whatever. It was like I don't know, like 5 culture maybe. It's a pretty cheap civic to hard tech.
It is. Just it takes time, right? Those extra few turns over there, 2-3 turns.
Yeah, but those extra few turns, it's.
I do see Brazil does have Kilimanjaro to the south, but he never scouted it, which is going to be kind of bad for him. Tiritz is going to the north with his first settler, and taking a look at their vision here, we do have him close to Gitarja. They might get to set up some coastal. Let's see if this lake is big enough. I mean, maybe if they actually coordinate a little bit, they can get a setup going. And then we do have Mongolia with who was the fourth one? And Ido, right? And they can actually all trade. They can also set up coastal trade routes. Like Indo can come to the north, and he's gonna have the Bay of Beirut here to connect with the east. Karakorum just needs to get the city on this coast, and that's it. And Tyre, of course, it's gonna be on the seas anyway. We're gonna have a remap. No more Kilimanjaro for Brazil. Well, at least he's not gonna be sad about it. You didn't see it, no? You can't be sad about what you don't know.
Yeah, okay. Remap from Destorio, which means that they didn't like it. I'm actually kind of surprised they're remapping. They had a pretty straightforward naval trade route set up between Indonesia and Dido that they should have been able to spot.
Yeah.
And then they had Genghis who spawned at the farthest away from the team with no allies in sight, which is kind of where you want the Genghis to be. So I'm kind of surprised positionally that they're remapping this. Maybe they had something they didn't like about their spawns.
Yeah, they don't really see that many problems.
It could have just been that they didn't.
Or they didn't see an opponent next to them, so they were like, okay, this doesn't
But
work.
it was Ulyss that remapped? I'm also surprised Ulyss remapped.
Yeah, Ulyss remap, yeah.
I guess that the
Ulyss.
Babylon was too close to the Clio. I'm not actually sure what they didn't like either. I thought both teams had very playable spawns there. I thought it would be a keep from both teams.
Yeah.
Like the only civ that they had spawned naval was Scythia, which has the best naval matchup. So if you need a civ to spawn naval, Scythia is the one you want spawning navally, and it did. And Russia spawn looked completely playable to me. I'm surprised that either team remapped. Maybe they spotted a Genghis River south of Russia, and that tipped them off. That's the most likely thing that happened. Is they saw Genghis sign south of Russia, and they said, nah, we're not dealing with that.
Well,
I mean,
see,
that's the reason I would remap.
right in front of our eyes right now, we got Distoria with Ptolemy placing down a city next to a 2-3 tier tile with quite a few of these camps to improve, and he's gonna have all of these rivers with floodplains to benefit from. Just look at this. Not that many rice tiles or maize tiles though, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
But
6.
look at this.
This is not even a
Look at this
floodplain.
potential Artemis.
Oh, yes.
I think
In the
you can
south,
tell
it's gonna be
Russia,
amazing.
hey Russia, maybe you don't need this. Maybe
If you don't do
maybe
this.
I need this. I
Yeah.
think that this Egypt's best choice here is probably Camp Pantheon even. His floodplains are all green. You really want yellow floodplains. The green floodplains are a lot weaker without a Benaki.
The biggest question, we go left or we go right? Also, it's Lord Vegeta. You may remember me, you didn't see me, but I was the one that hosted the Civ game night. Woohoo! Nice. I remember, of course, the Civ game night. It was an awesome show. You are right, I might not remember the name though, and I'm sorry. That's a very good floodplain from Torg, and I said, yes. Servus is saying we go right. So this is it, Frodo. Good evening, Servus, by the way, but we're gonna take a look at Indonesia here this time. Indonesia. Oh, that's a big island that he's gonna be having all by himself. Looks like he's gonna have also Dido to trade with towards the south. Very good, by the way, trade routes. Looks like he's also gonna have a decent amount of freshwater coupled with some coastals over here. Good inland cities to also benefit from, some mountains, even though of course Indonesia will prefer to put the campuses on the coast here. We're going to need to see how he's gonna get going. It's good to see finally Indonesia actually being appearing in these games. It's been so long since we've actually seen Indonesia being used. Maybe we can even get some Jong action here. Although looking at the map, I don't think anybody's on these seas. They have 3 of them on the seas, right? On these seas, and all 3 of them are from Freritos de la Vega. It's gonna be Indonesia with Dido, and then Brazil over here, Rio de Janeiro. Okay, makes sense. Now we do have also to take a look at Genghis Khan. What is this spawn? Okay. Okay, he's definitely not gonna put a city on that geothermal to the northwest. He has Babylon next to him to go against, but through 2 one-tile chokes, that's not gonna be ideal. Close to the coast, and does look like he's gonna be far away, that nobody's actually gonna attack him on the coast. Then we do have him with some back cities here to go to the right side, but not enough fresh water. Like, look at this territory, look how much he actually needs to travel for some fresh water. This is incredible. So the land kind of like forces him to actually go towards the south and towards the west here. Interesting. We'll see how and if they do like this one, because I think right now with Malm in this position, I don't think they're gonna like this one. I wouldn't. Do you like this position for Malm?
I really like the Indo spawn a lot, though. This is
Indo, yes.
Indo
Dido
spawn's really good, and I think that the Dido spawn also looked really good. I think you're gonna tell the gang.
He's gonna.
Like,
oh, I see. This is gonna be like.
He's not a civ that you're.
Yeah.
He's not a civ that you're picking to scale anyway. So if you're not picking that civ to scale anyway, then it having a bad spawn's not the end of the game. Like, your Indonesia and your Dido both have strong spawns, and their final civ in their draft. Brazil also can naval trade the Dido in Indonesia. I think it's a case of just suck it up and build horses.
Do what you need to be doing. Triple encampment setup and caching factories. No. That's it.
I mean, I think that's the case, right? He doesn't Genghis doesn't really need more than 4 playable cities anyway, and what I see on the screen right now, he has 4 playable cities.
Yep, for sure. And then he's gonna get some more playable cities from Babylon. If he gets
no,
that.
the Genghis should never do any damage to Babylon in this position. Like, does Babylon have any campus adjacency? If Babylon has campus adjacency, it should be fine.
Some, but not amazing. Like in the south, he's gonna have a +3 on the cattle, but I don't actually see more than +2s or +3s.
Yeah, it's not great campus adjacency for the Babylon, but
and
it's
not amazing
probably good enough.
For the
no, this is probably good enough. I would be surprised. The Saboom can almost hold, like, it can't hold Keshigs, but it can hold horses very, very well. Like, it can pretty much hold horses with a general. So maybe not Genghis horses, but the Saboom can normally hold horses plus general from other civs.
It's gonna be extremely painful for Mongolia to actually get going through these one-tile chokes if he ever actually gets through.
You park a Saboom in both the one-tile chokes, and Genghis will take like 3 turns smacking through it, right? So that gives you a lot of time.
Let's take a quick pick on Dido. Open up with Silk. He does have 3-1-1 fish. I do see a settle coming up in 5. A hut in the north next to a banana possible settle. I'm actually quite curious how he's gonna try to get that settle on the 2-2 base, or he's just gonna settle the banana next to it. Like, I'm curious. Southwest, more cities, some with fresh water. Again, the same question appears over here. If he is actually gonna try to settle the 1-2, go across for the olive, or he's just gonna make do with the 1-2 he has hill, not the forest, and then aqueducted later. We do have him also with quite a few rivers and other freshwater lakes towards the east. It looks like he's going to be very far away from Distoria, which is going to be one of his opponents here on the right side. So he's going to be simming for quite some time in the game. On Brazil, what do we have him? I mean, he does have some good campuses with the rainforest around some of the places on that oil tile, for example. Gypsum, wait a second, he's kind of forced to go seafaring naval here. No, he's kind of forced to do this.
His teammates Dido and Indo are both on that coast.
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
He's not going to be afraid.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit surprised
He'll-
he didn't, but I guess he didn't know, right? He didn't know that he could have just moved one to the right. They would have gotten coastal settle with the harbor, access to the turtles.
He probably did, but he opted to settle in place for more workable tiles, I imagine. Like, second ringing the harbor is not the 25 gold or 30 gold investment for that's not a big deal. The question is he opening harbor or is he still doing camp hub anyway?
Well,
It looks like he's
I
doing
see
campus. So...
I see campus, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll either be campus harbor or campus comp hub. If he goes campus comp hub, his southern city is going to be awkward because no fresh water. Campus comp hub is like
Very
pretty
big.
awkward.
Yes, yes. You can't go campus into otherwise you need a greenery because you can't get the housing.
Well,
Maybe
you don't
some
need
resources.
a granary per se. He's got like if you look down
Yeah,
there,
some
he's got the
resources.
sheep and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fish, or not the fish. It has the sheep and
The rice,
I don't know,
the
the rice?
sugar that gives
so
you
those
also.
are food shops.
Yeah.
And audience chamber is probably what he's going for anyway on this spawn. Audience works just as well as a granary does.
It does, but it's so late until you get it, and you want those pre-placements
Yeah, it
usually a
takes
little
it takes
bit
a minute.
earlier, like 4-5 turns earlier than you get your special building. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a minute, but
Yeah,
we'll have to see how he pilots it. I think I would probably go Campus Harbor, but his team probably also drafted the Civ to be the comp hub contester. His
Yeah.
job is to contest the comp hub. So if it's a trader merchant first, he's going to go comp hub anyway. Like, the question's about the great people now.
True. All of those projects over there. I got distracted over here by the Beasley saying that his snakes are going crazy. He thinks he can sense the storm, and instantly in my mind, some images from snakes on a plane actually came through, and I was like, oh my god, please, the Beasley, be careful with the snakes over there, man. You know, like don't let them pop from everyone. Just moving around their enclosure when they normally just hide during the day. I see. Yeah, they, usually animals do have like an early warning system that for some reason us humans either forgot or never had. I don't know how to say it. They usually sense stuff much earlier than we do. You know, like in movies when you see the birds flying a lot earlier from a place of destruction.
I bet that people would have that same instinct if we spent
You'd
more time
think
outside.
so, no? You would think
No,
so,
like
yeah.
the birds. The birds spend their whole life outside.
Yeah.
For humans,
oh, so you
what do we
mean
spend?
we don't smell
We
it
spend
anymore,
like
basically.
what, like 10% of our time outside? Maybe. Like
I
we
mean,
spend
we
most
do,
of our time in our
like the nerds
shelters.
do. But most of the people actually spend quite a bit more time outside.
Okay, so I think that I guess the Brazil and Genghis both having awkward spawns outweighed the Indo and Dido having amazing spawns.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's
Let's take a
unlucky.
look at these spawns over here. So from Scythia, Chocolate Hill Scythia, by the way, very juicy in the north. But he didn't have a target. So only he did have Egypt next to him, and I do see Russia in the far north, which is gonna be a free sim Russia. Doesn't look like anybody's actually gonna get to him for a long time over here. And then we did have the Babylon spawn. Yeah, those were the 4 spawns over here. Beautiful spawn from Egypt, though. Man, this
Can
Temple
you
of Artemis.
swap your screen share to the game now that we've gone through the remaps?
Start my screen share of the game. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Wait,
could you
I
swap
was on-
that now? I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah,
watching
yeah.
the stream to
Yeah,
get it,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'd
you should have
like to
told
be
me.
closer to when you're showing things.
Yeah. There we go. Should be
Alright,
fine.
thank you.
Yeah. Just let me know. There are quite a few things that I need to pay attention, and I get lost sometimes. It is what it is.
No. I wasn't upset about it, or I would have said something sooner.
Good. That's the way. So again, we need to ask chat. We're going left or we're going right. This is gonna be the map. We got 2 remap tokens used, so we're gonna get to see the map. Is it gonna be Arwen that we're gonna talk about, Mars Mayfair here on Russia, or Frodo on Guitarja? Left Nitro is saying, good evening, sir. I do see Peter. Peter, where is he? Ding. We got Peter. Oh my god, 3 geothermals just in the capital over here. Did I smell some resources here? This is a copper. This must be a copper. Okay, deers. Any deers? Yeah, he does have a deer, but in the 3rd ring, maybe even closer. No, I don't see any closer. Let's see it now. Yeah, he does have one closer. Now, although this, my god. Okay, I gotta ask you, aren't you a bit conflicted here, Elephant Guy, when you're thinking you're playing Russia and you have like one of the best campus spots ever, and you know you're gonna need to open up with Lavras and going into theater squares or something else during the game at the beginning, and you see that campus over there, it's still there, you can smell it, but you can't use it.
Probably able to build the campuses anyway on 7 pop. The campuses are actually really good because it means if he does need to bail out into a higher science build, he can.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Mel
like,
did this in
I'm-
the Hidden Cup actually with Canada. He didn't go for theater scores
Well,
quickly.
What I am interested in is the fact that he didn't settle on the geothermal closer to his food resources, and he opted to settle in place. That's something that a lot of players would be divided on.
You see,
I think about half of players would have walked down onto the geothermal on that Russia spawn. Because
the
also,
2-1,
on the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side of that hill, you can hit like a 4-food rice tile. Like, you don't see on the other side of that hill, right? You could hit a 4-food
yeah.
rice tile. You could hit so many things that are so strong on Russia. But I
And he
think
knew
that-
he's gonna have a coastal adjacency to Scythia, right? Scythia is on the same coast. They should be able to see this. Yeah, there we go. They can actually
Yeah,
hover
they have
over
to
it.
fight
and
for
see.
that coast or they lose the game.
Yeah.
They
I
need
don't-
to fight for that coast or they lose.
Ooh, Phoenicia is over here. Oh,
Oh, this
my.
is fine. Look at that one tall choke. That's
I mean,
unlosable.
yeah. A Halong Bay choke?
Look, it's
what?
7
What?
tiles
A
of
Halong
one
Bay
tile
choke?
It's
Look at
7
this.
tiles of one tile choke with a defensive wonder. You cannot possibly lose that. Like, I don't care how bad of a game you're having. That choke is defended.
Man, I can even see it now. The trebuchet is deployed on each of these tiles over here on both sides. Just shooting down bones coming in.
What's interesting actually is if it comes to a trebuchet defense, Indo's actually on the other side of that water. We could see counter like expos rolling up from Indonesia or something.
Just
So we could
fighting
see
each
just a
other.
massive shootout. Yeah, we could see a massive shootout happen over that one tile there.
Man, new national sport. How to hit a guy from the other side of the river. You know? New national sport. It is what it is. You need a few binoculars here.
We actually might even see Indonesia plant a city in that one tile choke on that maze there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
very possible. And if a city gets planted there, I think that the ability to hold that one tile choke is going out the window because the reinforcements will just be too fast.
It's gonna be a problem. I can't wait because Split doesn't really have that much land, right? And he also will need to get the city south, maybe on the J tile over here or something.
I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna open animal and then he's gonna to the right of him. Maybe he'll read the C name south of him and notice that that's a Dido C, and he's gonna go like animal encampment.
Yeah, yeah.
But it does say Black Sea. Black Sea is a Scythian Sea, so maybe he won't notice. Maybe he won't know. Because it's either animal into harbor here on Scythia, or it's maybe it's even animal into Com Hub. Like his spawn is so wide open in terms of what he can do. That's actually a super wide open spawn.
Well, I didn't actually talk about this on St. Petersburg. He does have one of these iron tiles next to his captain in between the mountains, and we do have a horse to the southwest that he's gonna get that strategic resource. Not an amazing amount of food to the southwest, but I'm still actually whoa, problem Russia turn 1 problem.
Yeah, they
Russia?
need to relobby turn 1. I don't
1.
know why. Oh, he lost his production, so something bugged.
Yeah. Something bugged. I don't know why we're still having this, by the way. We've seen it multiple times that this starts to happen with the new BBG version or the BBM version. I don't know which interacts with which, but quite a few games actually needed to be relobbied. Some people are saying that it's because of the remap.
I think it's probably caused by the remap. Yeah,
But I've seen it happen without the remap also. That's the problem.
No, it's just a thing. I mean, it's been a known bug for a very long time in BBG that sometimes your Pantheon stops working, or it's probably caused by a small mod conflict
somewhere that we
somebody's
can't find
game.
out.
But it might not. It might not even be a mod conflict. It most often happens when somebody has a second version of BBG installed. Like they have the beta. Like maybe it's not installed, maybe it's not active, but maybe it's
just
lurking in there.
Yeah,
maybe it's just there in the folder. I think that's most often the most likely culprit, but it is triggered more often by the admin remap function. There are things that cause it to happen more. But it should be a quick relobby. Everybody's in France and everybody's got a good PC. This relobby should go very smoothly.
Yep, just checking 0ms and we should be good to go. This is the moment I need to take my hands off, of the PC or something. Hopefully we're actually gonna get in. By the way, I don't usually do it because I don't usually need to. But what do you do with the Control Del with the Task Manager to set your thing on a single core or something?
I have no idea. That's not a problem I have. My PC is weak.
Okay.
I'm a last mover, so I don't have this issue.
You don't care about this issue, yeah?
No,
Okay.
I mean I care about it. I want people to be stable, but
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is not
yeah.
something I
But
ever
not
have to do.
care enough for you to know about the method if you don't need to use it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't know the method. I don't need to use it.
Yeah. Looks like chat is saying they want to see Brazilian Egyptian territory. We're gonna get there soon. Was away from one. Is this a second remap? We actually went through both remaps, and yes, this is the third map that we actually landed on, and both remaps have been used. Both remap tokens have been used. We did finish this. It's in Task Manager. What's in Task Manager? What is in Task Manager? I see Task Manager right here. What is in Task Manager? What do I do? Resource values, provide efficiency mode, resource values, I guess. Let me see. No, not this.
I think typically what people do is they restrict the number of cores that Civilization 6 is allowed to run on.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're not prone to double loading, then I wouldn't bother.
I mean, I
If
am
you are
double
prone to double
loading.
loading, though, that's
I am double loading if they click something. We figured out that during the moment of the load, if anybody actually clicks on something because they loaded in faster than somebody else, it actually registers in the logs and it gets replicated everywhere, right? Because all of the logs get replicated everywhere, and there might be a conflict right there.
Something?
Yeah, anything. If they clicked on the screen, right, it registers.
Huh.
Yeah. It's very weird. Actually, I looked with Cisco at the exact moment the logs were being created, and we saw this starting to happen. Like it shows you a lot of information. Anyway,
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's really weird.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe we find a method, but first we need to actually figure this out if this is the reason or not. Maybe we find a method of locking in any kind of input from the players during the time of the load until the turn starts, until the actual turn starts, you know? Or the other method, just take your hands off the keyboard and the mouse. That's,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm not actually sure if it's possible to lock somebody out from making actions with the given modding tools. That seems like something I would never include intentionally as for access. Why would I want the mods that you install to prevent the player from being able to play the game? That's just backwards, right?
Just look at them go, yeah. Look at others play. You replace the human player with AI and he doesn't even know it.
Like why would I ever want to make it so the player can't click on their warrior or whatever, right? That's just not. That wouldn't even be in my head, right? That's just silly.
Yeah, true. It wouldn't be. But I mean, so many things in this game are how to say, are hard to predict, right? When you're actually coding it, it is what it is.
Thou shall be knighted primer.
Anyway,
Extaz 17.
Extaz, thank you so much.
Michael.
Much appreciated for the prime. Also, the only sea battle is Turbo Halong Bay Choke. Yeah, the Turbo Halong Bay Choke. We're coming back to this. On Scythia, we do have his island in the first ring, horses in the first ring as well. This is gonna be very cheap for him, even though I'm not sure if he's gonna get to use these resources against anybody. Good second settles. Some are coastal, some with fresh water from the rivers to the north and northeast. Does look like to the east side here he's actually gonna have a bit of a problem with the amount of territory he would have. But he also has the ability to actually go directly against Phoenicia on land, and this is gonna matter quite a bit.
That terrain's really hilly.
Yeah, it is, and
that's really unfortunate. Those are slow tiles to walk through.
Yeah. Okay, what do we have here? We do have to take a look. Hammurabi. Okay, Babylon. Now this time around he's gonna have this river snaking through. Looks like he's gonna be not coastal, inland. He does have to the northwest Mongolia. That is gonna be a bit of a
Babylon
problem.
cannot escape Mongolia.
Yeah, he cannot escape.
He's spawned into him like 3 times in a row.
Getting a few tutus around his settle, and I do notice to the northeast he's gonna have multiple settles towards Indonesia also. Indonesia is an opponent, and he's also gonna have that same ability of Scythia to try to go against Indonesia and stop him from actually doing any kind of damage towards the north or slow him down somehow. Also, I do believe a majority of his interest is gonna be to defend against Mongolia and try to sim up. Scythia? Oh wait, resources, both iron and horses, second ring. Okay, half expensive, one horse in the third ring, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get another city on that niter tile or next to it. Scythia, we talked about Scythia. Cleopatra, this is the big reveal. Does he have floodplains? Yeah, Not in the capital though. This is not a really good Temeranke city here, and I'm surprised he didn't settle on the sugar time. Or
I'm actually a little
rice time.
surprised at that as well. I mean, Destoria is a really good player. I guess he knows something I don't know.
Well, he did stay next
I
to
guess-
so many hills on the left side, though. He's not gonna need to buy that many. I do see he's
Yeah,
getting
no, it's cheaper.
settlers. Chocolate Hills Northwest with a possible city on a 2-2 base. I mean, he could settle the cattle if he wants to for the extra base, but I think Chocolate Hills would be more valuable to have, the 3-3 ones. And then more settlers to the southeast. He's also far away from everybody, and it looks like he's gonna have Mount Kailash to the west side, just a wonder to give him some extra +3. Nothing really amazing about that wonder, to be honest. And that's about it. There's not much over here.
It's a
to
really
talk
strong
about.
Egypt spawn, actually. I like this spawn a lot.
Yeah. This is gonna be
It's-
Simming.
Yeah, the core
Seems
cities for Egypt here are all very good. But
Does
he
he
does
have
have Genghis
coastal?
off to the right of him.
Does he have any coastal trade routes with anybody? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. He's gonna have Tiris to the west side, and he's gonna have Mongolia very far to the east. But that's gonna be like both of those are opponents. Actually, nobody's gonna trade to him. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's very isolated here. The
Yeah.
trade routes for Ulyss are Russia plus Scythia. And then the trade routes are Indo plus Dido. Or I guess Brazil can also trade to Indo. So I think that the gold advantage should be in favor of FDLB on this configuration.
It looks like. And we do have Brazil over here with settler already coming out from Rio de Janeiro, has multiple rainforests in the north, and I do see he's kind of at the limit of rainforest tiles over here. Actually, he's right at the limit of rainforest tiles. There's no more rainforest to the south of this equator line. He will probably settle. Wait a second, where is he going west?
He's gonna go to the cattle, I
You
imagine.
think? So he's gonna settle
Yeah,
the
it has a
3-1.
3-food base with a 3-1, and you can buy a 1-3. It has two 1-3s. It's really not that expensive.
Yeah, not that expensive, but this would have been just, natural. But anyway, I guess
No,
the
north
extra
of him,
food,
the
no?
land is.
The extra food.
Yeah,
over
the
there,
extra food.
yeah.
The extra food is much more impactful than a 2-1 base working 2-2s.
Mm-hmm.
2-1 base working 2-2s is like the absolute lowest roll you can get.
Ooh, he's going banana. Wait a second.
He's gonna walk onto the banana to get more
Yep.
vision, and then he's gonna settle on the cattle.
And then he realizes he can't get more vision because, rainforest hills next to him. KW. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, he's not actually gonna gain anything, but that's
Yeah.
the thought process behind it.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit safer. Putting your settler on a 2-movement tile instead of a 1-movement tile decreases the odds it gets stolen by a little bit.
That's what it is. That's a good logic right there. Forcing your opponent to spend more movement on something that you would have spent the same amount of movement anyway.
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro, 4 turns to get another settler, access to an iron tile next to him, and I do see horses in the second ring northeast and another one to the west side here. We do see him moving for that cattle. It's gonna be expensive, not gonna lie, this is gonna be quite expensive. He didn't
That's-
open up animal husbandry, so he doesn't
That's
know about
astrology on Scythia.
the astrology on Scythia. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, is he opting to
So
open
he's
harbors
going
here? His-
harbors. Yeah, he's going harbors.
I mean, he's going. Yeah, I guess he saw the Halong Bay.
Oh my god, he's actually gonna settle Halong Bay instantly.
Yeah,
Not
I guess he
even
saw that
gonna
and he
flinch.
decided it's a harbor game.
Yeah, but I like this.
But he's settling on the right side of the coast, which means he gets the full fight kind of position as opposed to the sit behind chokes kind of position.
Would have been great to have
Right.
this, how to say, march, for example, to get that. But I think he's gonna be able to be hit from the other side if he goes
I think-
march, right?
Personally, I wouldn't settle that marsh.
Yeah.
It's really dangerous. The number of tiles you
Yeah.
get smacked from the
So
other side with
what-
trebuchets and things is just too much.
What would you settle? Actually, the cattle tile over here? Because you
I think I'd just plan on that wonder.
on the
The
one.
wonder.
Wait.
Yeah, because you'll get
So
the
the two
culture,
one.
which is basically like a monument, and then you
So the two
open a
where he is.
builder for housing, and it's pretty good.
Was is there anywhere else? Maybe I'm not seeing it.
You don't need more food on that city, right? So the 3-food
No.
base isn't really giving you anything. You have reef fish, Halong Bay fish. You just don't need food.
Yeah, but
So the
I'm
cattle doesn't
wondering
give you anything.
On the wonder, you mean here where he's settling on the 2-1?
Yeah, exactly where he's settling.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. That's the
It's the
anyway,
most
the first.
defendable city. Unless Byreams show up, it's the most defendable city.
I mean, even with Byreams attacking to Reef defended the galleys won't be that easy, especially when with the Scythian bonuses. Halong Bay tiles also give you extra defense. That's gonna be amazing. He can keep these 3 tiles probably forever against Byreams with like 2 boats, and then he's gonna only have this one, the 1-1 exposed to the north.
It's a matter of production, though. He doesn't have his capital on that coast, so his capital can't help build boats.
So
the Byream danger only lasts for... He can, yes, but the Byreams are dangerous starting on turn, like, 17. Right? So the danger of Byreams happens as soon as the settler finishes on Dido. He might put a Byream in the queue.
Well, let's actually see, because he's gonna know about Scythia, as in both of them are gonna know about each other. There's a warrior that is just about to move. Barsake is also scouting with a builder, which I've seen is actually normal procedure over here for a lot of these naval nations, sending their builders out in the wild. Not happening that often in FFAs though. People are, you know, quite scared of that.
It's because the propensity of going builder first and teamers is a lot higher. Your team can buy you a scout. In FFA, the era score that you miss opening builder first is a huge part of the game.
Yep.
You need that scout to go meet other civs, meet wonders, pick up huts. The builder in the water is not gonna pick up any huts for you usually.
No,
Like,
it is gonna pick up information though.
It is gonna get information, yes, but it's still slower than a scout. Scout has 3 movement, the Bark Builder has 2.
Yep.
It's just.
Well, I mean, it is what. Oh, relic on Frodo. That's gonna be Guitarja already
That
getting
is
a
really good.
Oh, that's nice. 3 boats right there. And I do see he also met Babylon to the left. He's gonna get that city on the right side of his capital. Did not consider going to the north yet. He was an opponent, right, of Scythia. Yeah, he's an opponent of Scythia. So you know, let's actually take a look at his vision. He still doesn't see that city. Nobody actually sent a unit to see what's going on here yet. We're going to need to see what will change and how fast the changes will be when they're going to see these cities. XP already going for galleys here from Sherton.
He ripped straight boat, yeah. That's,
okay.
That's
I mean,
very safe.
He does have his already monument, quote-unquote, culture from Halong Bay.
Yeah, but I think a lot of good players have a builder there.
He does have a builder. He did have a 2 church. To get another.
You're gonna need a builder to chop marsh or a cattle or something for 4 pot. But ripping the boat there is very safe play. He must have an inkling that somebody's on his coast.
Well, he sees.
I guess seeing the Dido border would be that inkling, yeah.
Yeah, he sees Dido, so immediately he knows he's gonna need to defend himself. We're gonna see if Dido is actually gonna react to with some. Byreams in the Gulf of Gabes. Wait a second. Is this the famous Gabe from Steam? Is this that Gabe?
From who?
He actually got a Gulf from Steam. You know, like Gabe.
Oh no, I don't think it's that Gabe.
No, not that Gabe.
Oh
man.
No, I think it's named after someone else. Maybe Gabe was named after the person that the Gulf was named after.
You never know, man. These days with these names, they get changed all of the time. Tom, good evening, sir, and welcome. Thank you for the follow. Also, if Guitarja goes for a settle on that northern coast, Scythia is going to be in trouble. Well, yeah, if he settles, for example, over here on the cattle and tries to get boats directly in and controls the coast between Russia and Scythia, this will be a problem. Yes, I agree. We do have to take a look at Indonesia here first. Religious settlements as a pantheon. Frodo is gonna get his turtles improved. Interesting that he didn't actually want to go for his God of the Sea. Usually Indonesia does pick up really quickly God of the Sea because he gets 2 faith from just settling on the coast, and boom, you get that faith per turn. I guess it makes sense. Like, look how little, like, few resources he has. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not gonna
you can't really justify God of the Sea here. It's too weak and too expensive.
Yeah, I agree. Religious settlements, I agree with religious settlements here. It makes sense. He's probably gonna settle the oil and then get another city on the southeastern river over there, or next to the river. Okay, Dido. Let's see Dido. What does he have? Monument coming out from Sidon. This city is gonna benefit from 2-3-1 tiles. Already improved 3 coastal resources. Gets his navigation boost, which is gonna get in 7 turns. And I do notice his 3rd city is actually not gonna be on the same coast. It is gonna be on the eastern coast in the Levantine Sea, which is gonna be towards nobody. There's like
No,
Nobody
he's just planting strong cities.
Yeah, yeah.
You wouldn't settle that southern city quickly. It's not that strong. There's no fresh water, not much housing. Eh.
Yeah, more production though towards boats, towards Scythia, because he sees it right now. He sees this. Barsaka is aware. There's a galley in between the Halong Bay, and oh my God, this actually reminds me from a scene from the Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, when they go to find the boat, the ghost boat or whatever it was, they go into a cave and they go through this type of territory with like pillars of stone and stuff around them. And the mist everywhere, that's basically the galley, you know, the galley of Scythia, just in between there. Anyway, Genghis Khan, what is he doing? He's getting bullied.
Oh, he got delayed.
Yeah, he got delayed massively. Oh my, okay.
That's kind of a disaster, actually. Everyone else in the game has planted their B2 and almost planting their B3. The Genghis hasn't even planted his B2 yet, and his B3... I mean, his B3 won't be delayed, but this is significant.
Yeah, it is. He's gonna get a monument out. He did go for initiation rights, so
he went initiation rights because his team wouldn't give him the money to fix the problem. Like, that is a disaster. I guess he's trying to... He's also a deny from Scythia, I suppose. He might have gotten a faith hut and decided that he's denying it from Scythia.
No, might have. Do you think Scythia actually? Well, I guess Scythia. Yes, I don't know, for a reason that I was thinking of Indonesia for a second. But yes, you're right. Scythia does want that, but maybe we're not gonna see that many units used with that faith.
What's funny is initiation rights actually works on boats.
Yes.
So producing boats gives you faith, and it gives you a lot of faith. So it's actually really strong, even if you are playing naval Scythia. Because the 100% production card is just... It's just better than the land production cards.
Yeah, you can't buy boats, but with Indonesia you can actually buy the boats with the faith, which is kind of amazing. Well, I do see Mongolia does have iron in the capital. His sources are going to be third ring. He's trying to find a spot. Wanted to go for the stone. I think he's just going to settle for the aluminium 2-2 base, and that's it. I think that's a 2-2 base, no? Yeah, that's a place here.
It's a 2-2 base.
Yeah.
It's the same difference. It changes nothing whether he settles the stone or the 2-2.
Yeah, just positioning over here on other cities probably. The distance between them and the aqueduct / industrial zone.
Actually, the biggest problem with settling the 2-2 over the stone is that your road is going to be bad.
You think the
road
road
is going to be bad? You would like your road to stay on the southern... Yeah, you want the road to stay on the southern side of that river, Babylon. But it's going to cross the river, and because it's an ancient road, it's not going to give you a bridge.
Oh, it's going to be annoying. But yeah, but you get it on the second road, right? When you hit classical, you're going to hit that.
Yeah, but the early road is just not good, and it will be an early road.
Yeah. Well, west side, he's going to put a city on the Zborana. Has a lot of cities to settle to the south, no problem. And,
I can't even begin to... Oh, it's just too... close.
And I do have to say, bronze working is starting up in 1, and look at that, Babylon actually respecting this choice, going for campus into encampments here. He's putting his campuses from both cities, does have a +2 in the capital with another +2 from his second city, getting that trade route going, and we're going to need to see all of those. And look at that, he's actually putting it on the stone. He bamboozled Babylon.
How?
He did.
Oh, I guess he pulled he pulled the slinger off of the 2-2, and Babylon thought, I'm gonna block this 2-2 expand, and then his warrior just walks away.
Oh my God, he got bamboozled. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that definitely happened there.
Hello there, CC Pyro, bonsoir bienvenue. Pretty sure it doesn't work on boats. There's a bug that it works on Norway UU. So CC Pyro is saying the initiation rights is not working on boats here?
I think it does. It has for a long time. Maybe they patched it, but it used to. It definitely used to still work on boats. I think it still does.
Relic 320 is not allowed, no.
Look at that. Holy sites on Indonesia. Because he got the relic, he's going to play Monumentality now. He might go... The question is, what's he going to go? Is he going to go Jesuit? Is he going to go Reliquaries? Is he going to go Choral Music? It's 3 holy sites. He's not going Reliquaries with 3 holy sites.
Yeah, he's not. But at the same time, I'm kind of scared for him. Like, he has opponents to the north, opponents to the west over here. And yes, Babylon is going to get pillaged quite heavily by Mongolia. But at the same time, we will need to see if Kilad is actually going to have the strength, depending on how much he's going to get pushed by Mongolia, to get some units to Indonesia. Because this is going to be a slow and painful start for Indonesia if he's going 3 holy sites.
The only thing that's slow and painful about it is his right expand. His northern expand, his first expand has plenty of food. Like he can get 4 pop in that city very quickly. But this expand on the right, he doesn't have housing in that city. That expand is going to be hard to get. I mean, I guess he has marsh chops, I guess.
We'll see what kind of region he's gonna get over here. Although I significantly doubt he's gonna go for feed the world. And we're probably gonna see Russia go for it anyway, right? Yeah, we don't know.
He could actually go for a feed the world deny, but okay, it's not denying. He's not denying that.
Yeah,
No. He's already projecting. That's not getting denied.
yeah. Arwen pushing back the Mongolian scout, getting that holy site going clear here. I do have to point out on Mongolia, we do have the 3 camera setup about to take shape over here. We do have him also getting his trade routes ready, pushing back that Babylonian warrior and getting a builder to improve his resources. I do see he has actually both of them in the capital city with an iron to the south and another horse to the north over there. Very nice mountains to also get some +4s, +3s here. Very nice, very nice. City Pantheon Goddess is a pantheon for Babylon. Let's see on Earth Goddess on Russia. Scythia didn't pick any. Dido did go for God of the Sea, and now he actually has 4 beautiful resources to improve in his city center, sending his first biome out to see what's going on in Scythia's territory. While again, Scythia is actually, guess what, scouting with the builder, moving it back now. Okay, very nice. Did he actually get a builder from somewhere, or did he actually scout? I don't know. This is
I think he probably got a builder hut, but he might have gone boat builder in Sherkolomik or whatever. And that is the builder that I did think he was going to need to get his cities up and pop.
I see. Well, he got it.
So
he
just
got it
went
from
boat
somewhere.
builder when I would have gone builder. Yeah, he got it somewhere.
Fourth city also opener, just like you said, you do see in the majority of the times fourth city is starting to come out of the players.
I think this is a hard position for Dido to mess up. I think he's so ahead with God of the Sea.
Yeah, true. This is gonna be a good spawn for Felicia.
Can you show Ulyss right now? I thought the Dido's got like 8 prod on Scythia or something. 26 to 21. Okay, 5 prod. But
Mar1 Kello retained his knighthood for 5 months.
Wait a second. You said Scythia comparing to this is 21 to
Dido, yeah.
Dido.
His direct
Dido
opponent is Dido.
Yep.
So Dido has the unique unit, the half-cost harbor, and more production than Scythia, which is going to be a really hard game for Scythia to stalemate on the sea. I guess the good fortune is that the bireams can't punish you that much. It's very choky. So he can probably tie it.
For everybody that doesn't always know the bonuses of the game, Phoenicia has a unique unit. It's called the Birim. It replaces the galley, and it is 5 strength higher than the normal galleys that you get. On the other side, Scythia only has 30 strength galleys, and but also does have an extra +5 against wounded units. So whenever these Birims are gonna get like a damage point on them, immediately Scythia is gonna match the damage of Phoenicia's basically Birims. The question is how fast but the Birims can actually do the damage. And who's gonna get to Oligarchy first for an extra +4? If they will go against each other, if they do choose to, let's just wait and look at the chokes. It kind of feels like Barsake here is taking it slowly. It doesn't look like he's interested in actually doing a rush against Scythia, and Scythia is just matching numbers here, getting another galley.
Yeah. Dido has full information on what Scythia has, whereas Scythia doesn't have good information on what Dido has. Dido can see that it's 2 one-tile chokes with a Halong Bay. Like, pushing into that with Bireams is probably not going to net you very good.
Yeah.
So he's just going to skip that. He's just going to try to eclipse him in production and science and,
try to get to caravels much faster and then get all of the bonuses.
I think he's just going to try to get going. But even still, this is super defendable terrain. I don't think anyone's going to break this until frigates.
Yeah, I find it doubtful that
like all these one-tile chokes, you can't push this with caravels.
Okay, we're 1025. Let's actually see the Pantheon on Brazil. Still no Pantheon. Open up with campuses, a +3. This is another one, a +5. And I do see from Salvador de Bahia, he did also put down a 1. I do also notice Salvador de Bahia has a bit of a problem working tiles here.
He didn't manage to buy a single 1-3.
Yeah, he grew very quickly.
I thought that city was good if he could get 1-1-3 buy, and his team is not giving him the money for a single one.
Or he doesn't want to, I don't know. Well, I guess he does have 12 gold in the bank, so yeah,
I
no.
mean, he definitely wants to.
No, I've seen it
You're not
multiple
planting
times
that as your first city.
Players are not always asking money from their teammates if they don't really need to. Like, it's like a must have to have. And I think this is a bit of a differentiator between, for example, how we see the games being played in the 4v4 scene in the CPL versus the CPL 4v4s. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do see a lot more prioritization on the improving and trying to get all of the tiles of a city that's working according to the population number to be good tiles versus the French that they take it easily sometimes here and there. They don't always prioritize getting all of the most powerful tiles, and they still do very well. Brazil is already
just means
14-7. Yeah.
It usually just means you're investing somewhere else on the team.
Yep.
And Brazil's not under any threat here, right? So the investment priority on him is just very low. Like, who's killing Brazil? Like, he's not next to any enemies. He has the story of far away on the right. It's just not worth investing in him. Because he's not under any threat.
Yep. Only question pick on the map for for Battle Cruiser. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Is why did they pick Ptolemaic on this map? That's a good question. On Ptolemaic, Lady of the Reeds and Marshes coming in. Look at this 4-4 tile over here in the city of Rocketed. Man.
Flood twice? Did it flood twice? Why the heck is that a 4-4?
Oh my god, man, this is gonna be a very good capital. And look at Memphis also getting Liang bonuses over there. It's he gonna be good. He gonna like this. Didn't even need to settle Chocolate Hills, and he's on 37 points of production, but the most by far in the game here.
Yeah, no, he is very, very large with the Reeds and Marshes pack, yeah.
This is Distoria. This is Distoria, by the way.
Looking good.
Fourth city coming around. I do see he's not getting his fifth one yet, and I do see he does have quite a few more settles. One to the northwest of Memphis, one to the south of Memphis, more to the west side, quite a few more. This is a lot of land for him to just keep on settling cities. Even if he wants to go, even if he needs to go coastal for some more, he can. Although the core cities, I think he's gonna want to get freshwater for, so he doesn't need extras from somewhere like granaries and stuff like that. Liang, I would imagine he's going to go left 3. I don't know if he's going to go as far as the parks and the recreation, but I'm pretty sure the enforced materials is going to be chosen. And I do have to say, Elephant Guy, I have seen a quick tilt in the meta towards Liang openers on some maps. And it's quite surprising to me to see Liang openers again. I don't want to double check if anybody's going Liang this game except him. No, not really. Actually, we got Moksha everywhere. Now Pingala here. Pingala is to actually help him get as quickly as possible to Caravels. We've seen this before. Moksha over here. Looks like it's coming back to Moksha. Wow. Last week.
It's really about how much time you think you have before you need the stats. Liang is very good for, like, city parks are very good for scaling. And after the Magnus nerf, it's no longer you should just click Magnus every game. Now you kind of have to actually start thinking about it again.
Yeah, very good, by the way. And I do have to say, I was referring to Liang's right tree, like agriculture and the zoning commissioner.
No, Liang right tree is also a competitive choice at the moment. The governor choices are very diverse right now.
Yep.
Moksha is the I'm not sure what governor I'm supposed to go kind of governor at the moment. Actually, so all these people that are clicking Moksha, it's because I don't know. Do I need Pingala internals? Do I want to do straight externals? Do I want to do city parks? Like, I don't know about any of that, but I do know that for culture is at the moment.
It still works. For culture still works. Well,
yeah, for culture is the good enough. Like, that's the good enough mark.
Oh, man,
so we're seeing this a lot because it's good enough.
Some people are saying that it's a bit too much, actually. As in, you go towards feudalism a bit too fast. We're probably like 3-4 turns too fast, and then you don't have time to keep building everything like in your districts to get to pre-build all of those builders correctly. You need to stop from expanding, stop from getting everything.
It only messes up your build if you're not playing around it. You're not getting feudalism too quickly. That's just not true. You can never get feudalism too quickly.
You know,
the
it's
quicker you get
people's
feudalism, the
opinion,
quicker
man.
you
What
get
do you
5
want me
charge
to do?
builders.
Yeah, it's people's opinion. I'm just relaying what other people are saying, no? That's their impression of it. Sometimes it's too fast. It might be. There are some cases in which it might be a bit too fast.
Like,
you get open sky with Moksha internals, 5 internals because you're Kree. It might be, or Rome, for example, with the free monument, 60 culture, turn 40 or something.
And I think on some of these civs, it's better to not open. Like, if you have a lot of latent culture, it's often better to open Magnus or Liang, the food and production governors still, right? So it's really just how do you pilot the position.
Indonesia looking to bully some Babylonian citizens over here. Ashuna, Babylon, and Malgium will need to defend themselves. We got some archers in the build queues, and I do see Scout might actually get onto a horse tank.
That's actually really painful. There's something that happened here to Babylon. Normally, you want to have slingers up because they're so efficient.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
but he's managed to have 0 slingers produced. So these 2 archers are going to set him behind
so
much more than if he could build 2 slingers and upgrade them.
Instead of one turning 2 slingers and then spending a little bit of
it
gold.
would be one turning 2 slingers and upgrading for 30 gold each. It's just so much more efficient to pre-build units in Civ. That the fact that he's already teched archery is a disaster.
An archer, how much is it? 120 gold or something. It would have been cheaper to just
An archer is
buy.
120 gold. The slinger is 65. But to upgrade, it's 30 gold. So if you gold bought a slinger and then upgraded, it would cost you 95, whereas the archer is 120.
Yep.
So it's
Good
just
value right there.
this is a huge setback.
We do have Mongolia getting his encampment training projects done, 2 of them, and I do see he's on 3 regional points a turn. Indonesia actually started to make 1 point.
So
It does seem like we might actually see. Wait a second. Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen this particular build in Indonesia. Going 3 holy sites into 1 encampment and then working for. Yes?
I don't understand the encampment in the slightest bit.
Wow. Yeah.
I guess he wants to double pressure Babylon and deny general or something.
Yeah, they do.
That's
they
the
do.
only thing that I can imagine. Wait,
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this isn't again where I was talking about the slingers being cheaper, right? The slinger would have already popped, it'd be giving you value. He didn't have the units in place. He
Would have thrown some rocks.
I think the Babylon,
you know? Might have
he
scared the cats.
over-prioritized districts.
Yeah.
He over-prioritized districts at the expense of having units out. And now he's really paying the price for this greedy opener. They're going to punish him in the early game. I think that city's possibly dead. Do they have money for a warrior buy? Like, how much money is the Babylon team sitting on right now?
1854.
They're sitting on
wait. That's not the correct team.
20, 20, 20, so it's 30, 30, 30 plus 10. They can buy him a warrior.
Yep.
Are they going to buy him a warrior? Do they think the archer is enough? I don't think that the archer is enough. It's going to raise the city strength to 15 or 17 with the district, I guess.
And even if you kill a unit, the warrior is just going to bonk into that city strength anyway.
Maybe the archer is enough if he has first moves and he can first move shoot the Dido scout and punch it to break the siege. Yeah, if you can break the siege, maybe it's okay. But if they just full send at the beginning of the turn, it's very iffy.
Well, I mean, there's still a good chance to go for this. Right?
Oh, they're at 79? No, they're on 89 gold. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah,
They passed
they're
the
going
money.
to probably buy him. They're going to buy him
no,
a
he's
warrior
not.
now.
He's not risking this.
Wait, he just bought something else. He's back to 29.
Okay, he's
and
risking
he's not
this.
a warrior.
He bought a scout in his capital so that the archer will pop closer to where it can shoot the warrior.
Oh, I
No,
see.
that's actually good.
So it's here. So
He's
it's
gonna
here.
use the archer popping in the capital to shoot the warrior.
Okay,
I mean,
let's see.
it's not actually good, but I understand it.
So he did take
So
out
he
that.
first
That
move
was,
killed the scout. He's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
That
He's
city
fine.
should.
Yeah.
That city should survive.
Now he's just gonna pillage the campus and try to get out of there. That might be the.
You want to
damage
save the
that he's
scout
gonna
for
do.
sure.
The scout gets out of
The
there.
scout
yes.
should live.
Yeah, the
You
warrior
need
is
the
not.
scout in between yourself and Babylon to watch for incoming units.
Still, it did slow down Babylon quite a bit from building something else. Also spent a lot of gold for a scout, which is not really a useful unit anymore after 1030. In the era score screen, we do have a normal ager. Genghis Khan normal ager. I do know chat was screaming at me to take a look at this, and I didn't mention it because we were talking about Babylon.
It's the double delay on his, like his first settler being delayed is probably what caused him to be normal age right now. It delayed his culture and his science from getting the new city up.
He was 1 point
And he
off.
probably could have made it to. He probably could have made it to horseback riding if he had settler planted 2 turns or 3 turns quicker.
Yep. Well, I do see Brazil picked up already Hypatia. I do see Mongolia got Trungtrak, the first general, and going for the next ones also. We got another project building up his Ordus. I would imagine this is an all-in. This at this moment, there's like no other choice for him than to go for an all-in against Babylon. I don't believe he can successfully recover in a same match with Babylon. Him being in a normal age versus Babylon being in
He
a.
doesn't have to all in Babylon.
Okay.
What I can guarantee is he's gonna build horses. That's 100%. But
Okay,
look at his
yeah, for sure.
choices. He could send 3 horses to Babylon, and then he could send some of his horses over to Egypt.
Some of
There's
his
no
horses to
reason.
Russia.
He could
Yeah.
send some to Russia. The
Yeah.
strength of Genghis is his ability to impact multiple players because you're not certain where his units are going. If he was to full commit into Babylon, he's going to slow Babylon's game down tremendously, but he's unlikely to actually kill Babylon. He's just going to annoy him. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he'll just be really annoyed, right? But
Yep.
if he sends like 3 horses to Babylon, 4 horses to Russia, and like 5 or 6 horses over to Egypt, and he
Yep.
shows up in the correct like order and timing, he could catch somebody completely unawares thinking that the Genghis is committing to other civs.
Yep.
Like the strength of the civ is the pivot.
We got some news to take care of here. First of all, Russia getting Temple of Artemis 3 turns. Looks like he did get a religion that's gonna be feed the world with tithe. He's gonna get the gold from his converted cities. He's also gonna have Scythia to convert next to him, a bit more gold, and of course getting that feed the world to give him the
He
food.
actually founded his religion so quickly that Smolensk doesn't have it.
Yeah.
That's why he bought the missionary.
He did have the beginning, right? He did make a project before he actually settled
did,
Smolensk. Yeah. Now he's going for cities. I've seen this actually happen more and more from the Holy Side civilizations. It used to be that we stayed on 2 cities, then got the projects, then got the religion, and then expanded to the 3rd and the 4th. Then it got changed to we can get 3 cities down with the Holy Sites, both in both of them in good enough time. And now it looks like to me that it's starting to come back to stay on 2 cities, get your religion on multiple facets like Ethiopia, Gandhi, Chandragupta.
If I think that I can greet out 5 cities with Earth before founding my religion, Earth Goddess is so strong. All you need to power up your monumentality is population with Earth
I mean,
Goddess.
he's already 34 faith a turn here. Yeah.
It's actually kind of like
Not extremely
average,
strong, but it's fine. Yeah.
It's actually average at this point in the game for Russia, I think.
We got 8 science, 15 culture, 38 points of production, and I do see Moksha establishing the 2nd city, Magnus in the capital. Okay. Well, I mean, he's kind of running out of chops there, so it might be just be for internal trade routes over here, or the growth.
He's not going to go the internal. It's going to be rotating Magnus on a monumentality build, probably.
I see. So he's just
because
gonna
you can
make
chop
use
out
of
cities
all
so
of the chops.
quickly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't even think. I'm not even sure he should be starting the Magnus in his capital. He probably should be starting that in Smolensk. It looks like it has a few more chops to me.
Yeah, somewhere else. Okay, well, Hammurabi, Golden Age. We got him 3 cities. He's recovering Eshuna's, repairing Eshuna's campus. I do see him getting into Camel Training Project, and he is very close. Next turn, he's also gonna get the opportunity to get one of these. I would say generals, and I do see he's gonna have 2 of them to possibly choose from, while we didn't have Mongolia actually going for the extra mile to pick another one here. I don't see another one. He's just gonna passively get it and that's it. But at least they did get Indonesia, one of these. So both Mongolia and Indonesia next to Babylon do have generals.
I don't 100% know if Indonesia needed the general.
Yeah, no, I guess this is more for safety purposes than anything else. But this encampment investment is incredible. As in Indonesia usually actually plays quite a bit different, right? You want to go harbors into campuses. You get the harbors down, you get the campuses with the adjacency of that water, and you go for pen, brush, and voice. You have your culture, you have your science, and you have your gold production. This time around, he's going to go for faith generation, which, yeah, sometimes it does make up for all of those other bonuses, but it's just going to be massively slower than the other one. We're going to need to see how he's going to transition into what he's going to transition, because getting to 7 pop, like, because he already spent the district cost for his holy site, is going to be quite long and hard and problematic. For example, looks at Shurabaya.
He almost is forced into going Ancestral Hall at this point, because he's got religious settlements, but he's only got 3 cities planted.
Yeah.
He's a monumentality civ.
Yeah.
Now, I assume he's monumentality. Is he monumentality? He must be. He has so many voters.
He is monumentality. Yes, he is monumentality.
Okay. What did he
how much faith?
found? Is he choral music, or what is he doing?
He went for work ethic with
Work
lay ministry. Work ethic, not even the culture one. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, showing us the way.
Oh,
over
we're gonna
here,
have to see. We're gonna have to see. This is
we get to see. We get to see. This is cookie meta right here, basically.
yes, this is very non-standard.
Let's see on top minutes. What do we have? We do have him with a paintbrush and voice getting his lighthouses. He did not put his harbor to the south. He did put it to the west side here, and I do see he's also gonna build a campus in between them. We do have some lighthouses from all cities. Actually got his boats right in the face of Barsake, and I would imagine he's gonna prepare to put another city on the wheat tile or somewhere over there to try to get more production in this southeastern coast. Although he's 9 science and 22 culture does get Pingala in the capital, so we might actually be seeing Pingala internals here from him to match the science on Phoenicia.
Yeah, it's a Moksha open into Pingala internals, whereas the Dido was much more certain when they picked their first governor that they wanted Pingala.
Yeah, and I don't even
So
see
his
a
science
third
will be a
one.
little bit later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Phoenicia over here already working the Pingala third. The shared
Yeah,
knowledge.
I'm 90% certain it's Pingala internals already for Dido.
Yeah. On Cleopatra Ptolemy, let's see the beautiful land over here. We got Lady of the Reeds, Audience Chamber, 5th city, 6th city coming around. Looks like he's settling west and east. Did get the Chocolate Hill settle on that 2-2 base. Look at this truffle tile, man. 3-2-3-1 over there.
It's almost
Beautiful.
better than the Chocolate Hills.
It's almost better, yeah. My god, these tiles in Memphis are incredible. 2 4s or 4 4s or 4 5s everywhere with a little bit of sprinkled science and culture on some of them. Beautiful, just beautiful. Commercials coming around so he can get the extra trade routes going, and I do see his Gavron Plaza will get that audience chamber. That's about it. I mean, we're gonna come back here to take a look at his simming, but we're definitely gonna see
He
him
actually
just
opted for
out-simming.
Pingala Capital. He might be Pingala internals as well on
Oh my god. Wait, he has one.
Cleopatra here. I would have almost certainly
Yeah, Memphis to
capital here, but he opted Pingala.
Yep. Well, I guess, you know, they have weeks of discovery. They try out Moksha, then they try out Pingala, then they try out Liang, then they try out Magnus again, and so on and so forth, until they figure out what's the best meta. Horses coming in faster from Babylon than we do see on Mongolia. We got Wolostron coming up importance here from Mongolia, where the Babylon, he got the
Don't
first
think
one.
those forces are intended for Genghis.
You think he's actually going Indonesia, or he's just gonna stay in Eshuna?
I think he's gonna send 2 horses over toward Indonesia
I see.
and then stop. He'll just gain control of the neutral ground, threaten to pillage, and delay the Indo's build.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we do have quite a few chops here from Indonesia, so I'd expect he's gonna use them to chop. He has Magnus going in Benjer Mason, and we'll get that extra chop production there very nicely. I don't think he's gonna want to settle southwest though. I don't think he's actually gonna want to poke the Babylon next to him with a city right min distance.
You can settle that city once you're closer to mercenaries, when you have your Zhong available to help with city shots and
to help
shooting
defend.
the units
Oh my
down.
god. Yes.
Yeah, Babylon's position is actually kind of a doomsday scenario, where if he starts losing in the city, if his units get pushed back toward that coast, Indonesia blasts all the units with Zhongs.
Yeah.
And that's actually just an absolute disaster position for Babylon if push comes to shove.
And in the case that we will see actually a long game here, battleships are gonna make quick work of both Eshuna and the Babylon. We got 3 battleships.
Babylon probably needs
one,
to just.
Yeah.
He probably should just full send, just not stop producing units and fight both of his neighbors for the whole game.
Yeah, you would expect the 3 encampments set up to be here also from Kilayat, but I guess it's fine right now. With the he already secured his general, he's gonna get the science also working for him. 18 science and 26 culture.
Genghis will turn on once he finishes the Warlord's Throne.
What is this
5% bonus
production,
project
man? Look at this 74 production points on Cleopatra. This is insane.
You know, I was doubting the Cleo pick, and
look at this Cleo pick. Incredible.
Yeah, no, I guess it's I guess it's the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, the story. He knows the way, man. He knows the way. Pedro II. Let's actually see. Zhang Heng being picked up. We got quite a bit of a rainforest
is a
farm,
disaster.
man. Oh my god. He's gonna
Fort
lose so
Azela
much population.
But just
he's
made
also,
it up to 4 pop.
He's also gonna get so much territory improved over here. There are more rainforest tiles, I gotta say, on the west side that could get improvements.
I mean, it'll be really cool looking in like 30 turns.
Yeah.
But right now, this is an absolute disaster.
Eating
It's
into the
delaying him
population is the
placing
biggest
districts.
problem. Yeah, and
Yeah, it's delaying
yeah,
him placing districts in 2 of his cities. Probably it's
Yeah.
gonna knock Salvador de Bahia down from 6 pop down to like 4 pop. And so it could have been a 7 pop city where it could place down a theater square or an encampment or something useful, and it'll just be delayed many turns.
Well,
Yeah,
I do see he got his street carnivals, the campuses, which are going to be amazing. Some commercials already being placed down from his cities. I do see his government plots also did manage to get audience chamber for the extra food. At least that's going to catch up. And in the meantime, he's just spending the time to build some settlers to get some more cities. He's already on the 5th settler going towards the south, by the way.
Yeah, he's
Not bad.
probably just
Not
going to
bad.
play a standard audience game. He'll go up to 7 or 8 cities and then 7 for the rest of the game on that.
Yep. Divine Spark as a Pantheon for Brazil. We didn't check this
That's
earlier
a-
because he didn't pick it.
Yeah, that's unlucky, Pantheon.
Yeah, and that's it. Actually, no more problems here. The forest fire is dying down, so he's gonna start regrowing in like what? It takes like 2 turns, I believe, to regrow, and you can change or put districts on it afterwards. So you know, at least that. Okay, we do have Dido, 4 cities, Ancestral Hall, Dido, getting us another settler from Sidon. That's probably going to be placed over here on the desert tile to the west or on the 1-3. We do have some lighthouses coming around, and I do see Scythia next to him has stopped actually building more galleys. 2 Byrims are keeping the doorstep to Byblos in check, and I do notice on the right side he's going for Stonehenge. He's probably going to want that extra amenity there. I'm curious if he's going to also try to get something like Defender of the Faith, but usually you don't have time to spread that religion anywhere than Stonehenge City, so you just try to get something for the sake of getting something. I've seen players sometimes actually get the holy site way later, so they can actually get a missionary.
This is really just era score.
Yeah,
Just one of the most efficient wonders for gaining era score because it gives you a great profit plus a religion plus a wonder. For 90 prod, it's
insane amount.
very
of
efficient.
Yes, very efficient. Genghis Khan. Oh, production. 58 points of production on Dido. And 27 science for 27 culture. 31 gold. That's not bad. I do see FTLV is a little bit lower than on gold than Team Ulyss at the moment in the total. Anyway, Genghis, 9 science, 17 culture. Horses already starting to move towards the east side. I don't see horses deployed from Babylon to the west, but I do see he's starting to go east side towards Indonesia. We did have a campus finishing. This is a +3 and another one here, another +3. Karakorum, Wallace Throne distant maybe. He does have a builder to chop it if he wants to. And yeah, there we go. He just chopped it, getting to 2-turn campus. Looks like he did nail his district discounts though.
Yeah, it's really easy to nail your district discounts when you have low culture.
Yep.
Horses... I mean, it's mostly because it's the golden age thing, to be honest. But
I guess the faster the culture, the lower the windows of opportunity to get all of those district discounts. No, that's how it works.
Yes.
You have less
pretty much, yeah.
wiggle room, basically.
But it's almost impossible to mess up the triple encampment 2 campus discount. Just don't tech any districts, right? Just go animal into engineering or something and you're fine.
Yep.
Or horses into engineering, I guess.
We got a question. We saw Tirids, I think, play Brazil in the Hidden Cup finals. He placed 0 commercials until like turn 70. It was wild and he almost won. Yeah, I mean, look at this. He only has 1 single commercial placed now. Don't think there's another one, no? Street carnivals, campuses, and
He was...
harbors. Oh, he's getting harbors. Okay.
Oh, he teched harbors?
Yeah. Natal is
Did he get the
Diplo
discount
Quarter.
scientist for that?
I think he did have Zanheng. Yes, he did have. Or Aryabhata. He had Aryabhata.
If he got the discount scientist, this is fine. If he didn't get the discount scientist, this is kind of a disaster. All these expensive districts are gonna slow this game down a ton.
Let's see. No, he got both actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he got Euclid and Zanheng. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the reason for the mathematics and the hardware is because I'm actually surprised he popped that. Normally people will delay popping that so that they can keep their discounts rolling. Like I would have expected a second discount combo out of Brazil.
I don't want to argue with Tirids over here. I'm pretty sure he has a plan. Yeah, he has a plan. We do have also to take a look at Indonesia. Frodo, 55 points of production, 17 science, 22 culture, getting his first horses out, moving them west side, and also sending a city to the north. He's actually
think
gonna
that
take
this
on
is-
Scythia.
This is an absolute like
Chad move, man. Chad move.
yeah, it's a Chad move. But I mean, look at the science and culture on the Indo 22 culture. His drawing timing is going to be very late. His what's it called? Cartography timing is going to be very late. I think that this city is just a sacrificial lamb potentially. It's going to chop out a bunch of galleys, Arel to Scythia so that Dido can clean them up. And if Dido fails at the cleanup, the city is dead.
Wait,
He's
he
not
could
gonna get
just buy a
cartography
boat
time.
every 2 turns, no? He's on 38 points of faith.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
gonna
doesn't even need
settle
to
that
chop.
cattle,
Yeah, yeah.
faith buy a builder, chop 4 boats or 3 boats or whatever.
And then
It'll be
even
chop,
buy
chop,
2
chop,
more
boat, boat,
with his faith or more. He's gonna get a massive fleet.
I would be
It's,
surprised if
60
he
a
actually
boat.
faith bought a boat.
If I remember, it's 60. Isn't it 60 a boat or is it 80? I think it's
Yeah,
60.
but I would still be very surprised if he actually faith bought a boat. The 100% prod card is incredibly efficient.
It is. It is. Well, let's actually see what Frodo's gonna do. We've seen it quite a few times, but it's been a while since we've actually seen somebody take up this one. Usually it was, again, Jack the Ripper that used to do this so often, right? Get a city on the other coast, on the opponent's coast, just use the chops to get a navy and just bonk into his opponent at the right time.
Yes, a lot of very strong players are willing to make this kind of play. Really.
Yep, yep. We do have,
Whereas I think it's not even necessarily very strong players that are willing to make this kind of play, but people that are willing to take all of their team's money. Because it's a very expensive play to make.
Oh my god.
It's a very expensive play to
Yeah,
make.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. What can I say? Yeah. Well, we do have some more campuses coming around here, and I do have to point out he's going for that 246 settler coming out from Majapahit, and the 7th one coming out from Surabaya. Still has a few coastal cities to place towards Brazil to the east side, and he's also going to get trade routes to Brazil, which is going to be nice on the same coast. We do see Brazil is sending a settler to prepare for the all of the trade of Indonesia over here on the right side. I did see Hanging Gardens did get built in Majapahit, and I do see Victor is establishing major mason, so he can withstand the damage coming from his opponents. And nobody did see this, by the way. Nobody saw the settler moving. That horse already pushed out the Russian scout from having vision over this. So they're going to be a bit late on realizing what's going on. And looking at Scythia on Generals, for example, he's still busy building up his campuses, his lighthouses, trade routes to finish all of those internals. And Indonesia might have a window of opportunity to go and pillage this stuff. Force over here Scythia to get boats out.
Yeah, this play is definitely designed to slow down the Scythia so that Dido has an easier time being the cleanup crew.
Yep. Wallowstone coming in. Killad. Sorry. I just,
so it's kind of unfortunate. Dido needs the Brazil and the Indonesia DLV right now. How are they going to afford caravel upgrades?
Yep.
They're making like 40 as a team.
The gold. Where is the gold? That is true.
50 as a team.
Well,
it's very low. Yeah. Like the Genghis missing Golden Age is cutting their GPT down by like 15 right now.
Well, at least he did manage to finish Wallow's throne. And I do see he did manage to also get 2 generals. No, it's only 1 general. He didn't get the second one. He could have had this one deployed towards Babylon and then another one being sent to Russia. But I do have to say, I do agree, sending the biggest attack towards Russia. This is a much more open territory preferred by horses rather than going through one-tile chokes, floodplains and rainforest hills. Whoa, that's
you never want to send forces to the guy that's got a general and good terrain. That's just
yeah, it's a waste of time. Like looking at this damage, 39 against the 51 of the defensive horse over there, that's just not happening. You're not gonna do anything. Well, now we do have Mongolia with a lot of chops, and of course the willpower to actually go against his opponent here. Bengala in Aksu. Oh, he did get.
He actually stole a Mariano.
Oh my God! Wait a second. He's actually bonking into Egypt in Wilforce.
I think he showed his hand on the Egyptian front potentially a little bit too early. I would want to show up on the Russia's border before showing up on Egypt, because doing the damage to Egypt is a little bit more valuable than the guy on you chop.
Yep.
But I think it was just he didn't have a choice. Like Destoria had that Mariotti very far forward. He was always going to get spotted.
Yep. I do see Egypt is reacting with horses immediately. He's one-turning them. He has so much production.
He's actually losing a lot of
100%.
production building horses right now in Memphis.
Yep.
The city's production is probably like 50. And a horse is only 40 prod.
It's 38. 38. Okay.
38, yeah. So with the card, he's gonna one turn every.
Yep.
But one turning everything means you're losing the overflow production.
Yep.
So that's actually a big blow to the Egyptian Empire, even though it doesn't look like it.
Well, I do see he's getting more markets. He's connecting to the Pingala capital, getting a few more campuses in Thebes, and we need to see what's happening here. Immediate boat buy from Indonesia. Immediate, not even waiting for it. Wow. Yeah, it is what it is. Getting his libraries in Bajer Mason. He definitely knows that he's on a ticking time clock over here. Barsake is 4 turns buttress. We do have Frodo going for currency and feudalism, while on the other side, Scythia is mathematics and feudalism. And we're gonna need to see who's gonna be first. And like Elephant is still asking, who's gonna get the gold? Oh my God! Let's actually see.
So Brazil's actually boosting Dino to buttress right now with his 71 science off of his many campus opener.
Yeah.
So Dido's actually accelerated. So the question is, how are they going to be able to afford the caravels, right?
Yeah. So we do need Indonesia to connect immediately, as quickly as possible, to Brazil's economy, so they can actually get the gold going. Otherwise, it looks like it's going to be in dire straits. I don't think pillage economy is going to work. By the looks of it, Russia, yes, is probably going to need to get a few units to defend himself, but he doesn't have enough improvements, especially mines, for the pillage economy to actually work, and nor does he actually have an easy opportunity to go in there. Mongolia's horses are gonna be strong against Egyptian horses. I do have to point out that they will get the general, they will also get the +3 Mongol horde, and we're gonna need to see if we're actually gonna have Malm getting some extra intel on his opponents here at some point. Egypt is putting up some defensive units in the city of Sena with horses, swordsman, and I do see an archer. We did have a Mariano Cheret archer that actually came out to confront this Mongolian army, but I guess he got convinced otherwise. Yeah, this is that guy. He got convinced otherwise, man.
Egypt should be fine here. Like, civil timing is in favor of Egypt because Genghis missed first golden age, plus he has 50 science, he's gonna get a knight out. Like, Egypt only loses things here if he underreacts, basically.
Yeah. Well, he's very close to getting also his knights. We got stirrups coming up in 3. I do see a heavy chariot. And I did see chat is accusing me that I skipped but was surprised. Battlecruiser, why did I skip and why was I surprised? I mean, I wasn't surprised about the boat. And we do see Scythia immediately got 2 boats also from General Sam Pokrovka. And now he's sending them to Indonesia.
The fact that Scythia doesn't have a builder chopping boats means he might just get the city overwhelmed in like 2 turns.
Yeah. This is a bit not unlike what we
this
were
is
thinking.
This is a massive undercommitment from Indo.
Oh, the horse pass. He's passing the horse so he can actually get some some pillages going. Okay. I know you're but I bet it would be cool for the audience to see the future Minas bombard of Egypt's Rakedet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he could try to get it over here. The battleships. Do we have Brazil on this coast? Yes, we do have Brazil on this coast, so it might happen. Chat is saying that later on in the game, Pedro II is just gonna take out the Egyptian capital with some battleships, which definitely can happen. We'll see how quickly. He does need a lot of culture to actually get to his Minas Gerais. And I do also have to point out these farms over here are going to be med packs for the Egyptian troops. This is not going to be that easy to actually hold him if he manages to cross the river. And I do see he's getting promotions. These Egyptian troops are not actually strong enough to push back the horses and take them out before they get the promos. Now, while I do have to say Mongolia did get a bit overexcited over there with his attacks. We're gonna need to wait for all of his units to get into line here. Yeah, there we go. He's trying. If he does manage to spread around the defense, this is gonna be terrible actually for Egypt. As in, if he just moves around towards Swenet and drags all of this defense and then pokes a little bit back Sena with a horse or 2, he's gonna force Distoria to spend so much defense, so much production, so many turns on these defensive units. Probably gonna take away his shine, his tempo. Do we have? Oh, we do have actually Babylon going on the offense against Mongolia, also trying to actually cross that floodplain river. While I do notice Mongolia is going towards the north, I do have to point out Russia does not have a general, and these Mongolian units are gonna have a +8 on him. This is not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy at all. You do already see 3 horses bonk one of these Russian horses out of orbit. Yeah, problematic. Magnus Geshker gonna get more builders, gonna get Karakorum also cool more builders, Axu. So I guess Malm over here is just preparing to chop all of his territory and do what exactly what Elephant Guy was saying. Try to hit everybody around him. Be that wrecking ball. Uh-oh. Well, General didn't get on the other side. I do see CTA does have significantly stronger galleys with the extra +5 with oligarchy on them, and I do see them some of them full strength over here, gonna take out those Indonesian boats quite quickly. Badung is not building them quick enough, and I do see the Russian scout has arrived. He came back.
Russia's scout's really just standing there to deny a potential chop from Indonesia.
Yep, but I do have to say right now I think Indonesia is in big trouble. He's gonna lose Badung. I don't think
No,
there's an
he's
easy way.
been completely overwhelmed. He didn't get his boats out quickly enough.
Oh, he does have more faith for another boat, though. Let's actually see. Is he gonna buy another one? No, he bought builder.
Oh, it's finally the builder.
Finally, yeah, finally the builder.
Yeah,
What
he
is
should
he
have bought
gonna
that
chop?
builder as soon
Bananas?
as he planted it and started chopping.
So wait a second, they're gonna make a galley out of the bananas? That's what you're telling me? Oh my god,
100%
banana
no.
galley.
That city, if you lose the
That's-
city, the bananas is worthless anyway.
Yeah, just chop the bananas
you
and throw them
have
at the city over
You
here.
have to.
Pew, pew. Yeah, banana shooting it is. Yeah, what is going on here? Hunza got taken down. Man just got a city that he could upgrade units from, and I do see him going for syrups in 8. Doesn't have yet his Keshex, of course. He does need syrups, and he will need coursers if he actually wants to upgrade these horses. In the meantime, we got knights from Sam, and that means these horses of Egypt are, Mongolia are going to be a bit too weak. Yeah, definitely. The knight is
I think
stronger
he's
than
gonna
the
be
horse.
forced
with the
to raise that city.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll
say
probably raise that
so.
at the end of the turn. It has loyalty issues, plus it's a liberate. You don't want
You
first
say
Congress.
so?
That's not a game-winning play.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
there it is.
I was a bit concerned because he already chose Monument to rebuild, and usually the players just, they do not click on anything over there to do, and then raise. But anyway, it is what it is. It's good. Indonesia now gonna get pushed. Other than the north, we do have Builder Army coming up from him. More settlers going on the islands as well towards the south, where he can actually find some more safety.
The city of Bima is opening campus.
Still no gold. 19, 21, 1 and 22 gold. And I gotta say, we should be coming very close. 5 turns to cartography here for Phoenicia, for Barsaken. He's pushing into
Yeah, I have no
Scythia.
idea how they're gonna afford this.
Well,
Does one of their
perhaps?
players have a lot of maize to chop
Let's see.
or something?
We got a Mace style that he's gonna spend more money to get it than actually from it.
Maybe Brazil has a lot of maize? Like, I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna afford this.
Brazil? No.
No?
Not really. No. No.
Indo doesn't. Indo's chopped almost everything already, right?
Oh, he has 2 Mace styles over here.
Yes. Okay, so that's like 1 caramel right there.
Okay, that's
You
it.
can chop the crabs, I guess, on Indo. Actually, he has a lot of crabs. If he's
Oh, in
willing to
Jakarta
sacrifice
also.
those crabs,
Yeah,
he can maybe make up
And
like
another
400 or
mace.
500 gold.
In another maze, but it's a 5 ring, and he's going to need to buy that. I don't see anything
You gain
else.
like you in practice you gain like 15 gold buying that 3rd ring and then chopping it. You lose a build charge and gain 15 gold. It's not usually worth it.
Yeah, not worth, definitely. I agree.
I mean, if you're under intense gold pressure, it can be worth it, but probably not.
Well,
Oh, he's building walls. Yep, this city was a disaster. He chopped the 3-2 banana before the 3-1. That's actually surprising to me.
same.
Like, I would
No,
want to keep
and I
the
do have
3-2
to say
around
that-
for as long as possible.
I was actually expecting him to go for the cattle settler rather than the river
I
settler.
liked the cattle
just
settlement more
because
because it was a lot easier to defend.
Yes, and the grassland hail chop, which is gonna be stronger. He had the close proximity to stone tiles, which would have been also stronger. More of these grassland hills further away. I don't know. It felt a bit better, but fresh water, man. He got a fresh water.
He settled that city as though he was going to be able to keep it long term.
Yep.
That's the issue there. When I think everyone else realized that that city was not a long-term prospect.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we were thinking about a different project, right? He only got a single boat and then started working on something else, and we were expecting that he's gonna go at least 4 boats over here, either buying
I
them
thought he
with
would make
faith or...
7 or 8. I thought that city
Yeah.
would literally never stop building a boat.
Yeah, exactly, right? So we actually see totally different thing over here. Did he just
I
put
think
his,
what wound up
wait,
happening is he
galley?
gave Scythia a promoted fleet.
Oh, this is
All
gonna
of
be
these,
a
all the
problem.
experience on these boats is going to get him to +5 pretty quickly.
Yes, yes.
Like, this is actually really, really bad. This wound up hurting Dido more than helping Dido.
He's trying to get the stone chop, and yeah, there we go. We got the walls, but there's a quadrant coming in, which is gonna bonk the walls slowly but surely. We're gonna need to see if he's gonna get a stronger unit, because I don't think he actually got an archer anywhere, right? So he's still on slinger strength city. Oh my god, man, that just tickles the next door boats. Now let's take a look here. Oh, we do have a push actually coming out from Babylon into Mongolia. I think Mongolia is fine here. Shouldn't be that bad of a
No,
problem.
this
He does have a general.
This
Oh,
is
this
designed to
not a
take
good-
pressure off.
Yeah, this is not a good general.
He's trying
This
to
is
take
Timur.
pressure off the Russia and the Egypt with this
Yeah.
push.
Well, Russia looks like he was forced to get his defense up, and I do see him on 45 science, 34 culture. And not usually, I'm not that used to seeing Russia with more science in the culture, but it does look like he's gonna try to get the goal for his teammates, get his production up, and also get quite a bit of faith per turn, on 81 points of faith per turn. Started also connecting his economy with Scythia on the seas, and of course Scythia is defending over here the trade routes with attacking Badung, and trying to get the fleet out on the east, which I gotta say, Scythia is going for masonry. He's 40 science, 43 culture versus 46, 44 at Dido. Actually, they're very close to each other in terms of science output and the culture output. The gold difference is massive though. 70 gold on XP, only 27 gold on Barsake, because he's not trading externally towards somebody on the coast. And looking at the total tab here, they only have gold for like 2 galleys maybe. Cartography coming up in 3 turns, 20, 27, 1 and 28 gold a turn for them. But we do have Indonesia with the maize chops. We might actually see this happening. He did manage to get his feudalism builders right about now, and we do see them popping out from multiple cities. I do see CTA is also pushing in with a Saka horse archer on the coast of Indo, trying to do what Indo was doing to him.
No, this city has been an absolute disaster for Indo.
Yeah, and did you see the city center actually tried to attack into the Saka, and the Saka only got like what 18 points of damage on it.
Yeah,
On the
I think
Saka.
that the Saka is gaining HP with the city center hitting it. It'll promote before the city center can kill it.
Wow. Anyway, more boats coming up from XP. That's gonna be basically a free city for XP. I don't think he even needs to raise it, right? He just can keep it until it's taken down by Indonesia, and that's it. If it's gonna be taken out by Indonesia. What is Mongolia doing here? So he raised Hansa, he's dragging, and look how much damage he's doing to Egypt. He's dragging all of the military towards the north with him, forcing Egypt to keep on buying stuff and building stuff here, getting his knights out, Mariano Cheretar, just to actually try to hunt down those Mongolian horses on hilly terrain over here. This is taking forever to move.
Yeah,
but
I
usually,
think this is close to the limit of what Genghis can achieve this game.
yeah, usually if you want to drag this army and you know that in the south there's not going to be reinforcements, usually you want to get another wave going until you get there. But this attack was right on point, right from Kilad. He stopped the tempo of Mongolia from getting that second attack going against Egypt over here. 5
Yeah,
minutes is
no,
not
Genghis
actually...
is
Yes,
kinda
sorry.
done.
I was reading comments. Yes.
No, please read. It's just, this is all it can do.
Oh,
Egypt
okay,
is done
Genghis
dealing
is
with
done.
this.
Well, let's see the Kishaks, right? That's gonna be the next step. Let's see the Kishaks when they come out, because he's close. 7 turns out.
Oh, let's
from-
be
well,
realistic,
close.
Michael. Look
Okay.
at his land.
Oh man,
He's
sorry.
dropped almost his entire land already.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Come on, he still has quite a few chops, but yes, I agree. It's not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy for Babylon either. 32 science, 46 culture versus Malm's 31, 23. Babylon here trying to get a fourth settler going. No, he does have a fifth settler coming up, and I do see he is managing to do significant damage against the Mongolian troops here. Even gonna take out one of the. Oh my God, this is gonna be a problem for taking out the Ordu from Mongolia. But anyway, it is what it is. In the north, one horse got through. One horse got through, and it's in Russian territory on the mines, so we can start pillaging. We do see some commercials there next to Novgorod, and I do see Russia just kept on expanding towards the north of Scythia on the east side. Badung, not. Oh, a swordsman got in Badung. Did he just buy a swordsman? I think he did. I think he just
upgraded the sword. He had a warrior.
He had a warrior? I don't think. Wait.
Yeah, I think he had a warrior. It just didn't increase the city strength because he already had a galley out, so it wasn't noticeable.
I see. I know he had a horse and a general, but I don't remember the warrior.
They can't afford to buy him a sword. That's a Caravel upgrade.
True.
Like they just can't afford that at this
true.
point in the game.
True. And look at this massive fleet over here coming up from Phoenicia. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 boats. Man, it looks like they're actually fighting on an ocean, but it's actually like 4 tiles wide.
This is kind of an overcommitment by Dido.
I do have to point out, I do like most of the time when I've seen them have much more success. The players that do have a lot more than they need to upgrade, so they can keep on upgrading and not rely on their production capabilities to actually get new boats out. Like you said, it's much more efficient to actually use the maritime industry's card to get as many.
Really, really, really efficient. It's something that arguably should be nerfed.
Yep. Yeah, maybe tone it down to like 80% or something. Let's slowly take it down. Looking at also the era score, because we're coming up on the next era. We got 5 more 10s. We got Arwen here, 60 out of 64. Looks like also Scythia is failing. Oh, wait a second. No, Indonesia is failing to kill a Saka horse archer. Wow. Man, this Saka horse archer is not something you wanna make fun of. Anyway, we do have Hammurabi here, 51-57, he needs 6 points. I do see he did manage to get Hildegard of Benken, still attacking Mongolia. Does he have anything? He did get his Palgums. I do see the extra food coming up. He did also build, what's that, Alcazar. Yeah, okay. And trying to get Great Bath in Malgium, which he's probably gonna need to chop, because it looks like it's right on time. 4 turns, 4 turns. He needs 1 turn earlier. Scythia, 52-60. Scythia might miss Golden over here if he's not gonna be paying attention. We got campuses coming in, a few galleys, and I do see Wolostron coming up in 2 turns from Pokroka. Might even get chopped. Wow, he didn't actually have Wolostron while he was building all of these. Well, I guess it is what it is. Getting also his harbors out and more galleys. He's attacking, but not attacking that much anymore. Badung, he's probably gonna need to wait until caravels and or frigates for him to take care of this city. Take it out. He built a warrior, Nico M is saying. He built a warrior in Badung. Okay, got it. So he probably chopped a warrior or something. Scythia really needs a dark over here. Well, Scythia not gonna get the dark. He's at least normally, so he's not getting that dark age. But yeah, I do agree. An extra +5 on his boats would have actually done very well here for him. Can he get an admiral though? We got Scythia, 12 points. The next one is Medieval Renaissance, and it doesn't look like anybody's actually making projects. We did have, let's see, Indonesia picking up Leif Erikson. Ethelflaed got also picked up by Egypt. Coleus here on Brazil. Okay, yeah, I don't see another admiral. That would be a good one. A Renaissance one. And look at the cannibals. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are the, yeah, mace chops, man.
It's mace chops. His team was able to afford 4 caravels on his initial upgrade round.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caravels. Okay. And they have.
How he got the 5th one? Maybe they got 5.
And they have another one.
They have enough for like 1 more.
And they can chop. He just chopped another mace tile. Indonesia. They didn't get that much though. Anyway, it is what it is.
No, it's like 65 gold a chop or something.
Yeah, not that much. So it's still one more boat, and it is what it is. But anyway, this is gonna be quite faster than Tomidis. He's already starting to move his caravels towards Scythia and took one of the boats down. Scythia did also do the same thing, getting as many galleys out as possible from all the cities that he has on the coast. Oh my God! Okay, that's a free caravel right here. No, this is a navy, right? 7 boats is.
This is a navy, yeah. This is enough navy.
2, 4, 6.
They were able to afford it.
Yeah. And I think they do have another 2 of these crab tiles that they want. They have Jakarta getting a builder out, and he could try to get the crabs out over there. Oh, he chopped another crab from here. Look, it's a 1-1.
Yeah, he's having to chop all of his crabs for those.
Yeah. But it's good. They found the resources. They found the money. And this is actually going to help him push probably Soloka altogether. Because these...
No.
No? You don't think so?
Soloka's probably dead.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Why is it no? Oh my God.
No, I mean... It's gonna do some damage, but it's just a 3-pop city that arguably should have been planted.
Yeah, for sure. It is gonna slow down City on getting boats to get back on Phoenicia, right? If this choke point is gonna be breached, it's gonna be harder for Phoenicia to push out of Shertomling than it would have been if he had.
He's full committing to holding that city. He
Yeah,
pushed all of his galleys forward to support bonus, so
Yep,
he's not gonna try to pull back and hold further behind. That's a bold call.
Well, at least 2 boats here should be taken down if played correctly, right, per turn. So we do have this one that needs to be attacked and taken down. There we go. One over here.
It's not necessarily 2 per turn. You can interrupt the opponent's swings by swapping a galley backwards, but you're gonna have a full red HP navy if you do that too many times.
Yeah, if you're fast enough and you know where he hits you, as in this initial attack from Barsake wasn't that fast, but I gotta say Barsake is kind of, I would say, sick right now, so, you know, his reactions might be a bit slower. And I said actually to show my respect because he actually got the call from Ulyss and he wasn't signed up to actually play this game, but then he came out even if being sick and so on. He's playing for his team to get this game going, so they don't have reschedule or something like a problem. Yeah, big props there. We do need to take a look at the others here. Era Square. What do we have? Sam did get his golden age. Tomidis still didn't get his golden age. Still needs 6 points, and I don't see him actually getting this. We do have Brazil over the necessary points. I do see Rajendrakola just got picked up. Gaius Dulius also over here. So okay. We do have Dido 6257. He got his golden age. We do have Mongolia getting his golden age, and the Keshiks are starting to come around. It does seem like right now Babylonian army will probably get outmatched with Keshiks coming around from multiple cities from Mongolia. Frodo 5555, that should be right on top. Yeah, that is exactly what he needs for a golden age, and he's trying to put down his aqueduct so he can start working on his industrial zones. Doesn't really need to take care of that northern city, but I'm pretty sure it's just annoying for Scythia as much. He's trying to annoy Scythia as much as he could. Wow, look at this manly archer on the deer tile. It's only him, the deers, and the seas.
That archer is actually really high skill placement. It's providing support bonus to the boats around it, and he's using it to shoot boats that are full HP with a +5 on attack.
Easy peasy. Just scratching them a little bit over there and letting all of his other boats smell the blood in the water. Or I say the wood. I guess in this case it's the wood in the water. The ooze.
I think shooting bows with a caravel would not do anything in practice.
No, it won't. Maybe let some termites out, you know, if the boat is sick. Yeah, it is what
see
it
that
is.
really quick move of that galley? Oh, it still died! What? That was a perfect move and it still died.
Yeah.
That's unlucky.
XP was just not ready with the buttons. He did get to save the southern one, but that was safe anyway. And I do have to say these boats are gonna need replenishment heals, and it's gonna take quite a bit of time. It takes like at least 5 turns to heal a boat from this stage back to full health, and you can't put all of them in your city centers to get the maximum health back.
I think Zeppeli has missed this golden age on Scythia, by the way.
On Scythia?
55 out of 60?
Yeah.
What is he going to do? He's got like 1 turn, right?
Yeah. No, he can't do anything here. He's gonna try to get the walls in Soloka to just slow down his opponent. Gold, they don't have gold problems. He can even straight up buy
It
Garifals
actually
if he wants.
depends. If he can Sue's like he's probably okay. If he's committed his envoys already, then maybe he's toast. But if he hasn't committed his envoys, he can probably still get this golden age.
No, I don't see him committing anywhere. We do have Muscat, Mogadishu, Venice for the gold, Granada, Acad, and Gazargamo and Presla for the military, Vilnius for the culture, La Venta will be the only one for religion, and I do see Mexico City also the only one for industry. Now, I guess the question is which one of these is he gonna try to do sus? Or maybe take away from his opponent.
Yeah, I think you can Suze 2 CS and Levy 1 and probably be okay. There's a lot of random CS in this game that aren't Sused.
And he should have 4 envoys, right? He should have 4 envoys.
No, if he hasn't committed his envoys anywhere, he 100% has them. The only way he could have burned them that I saw is if he put them into Hunza and then Genghis killed it.
Ooh, that would be bad. Yeah.
He might have been the Suze of Hunza. He was high GPT or higher than I thought he should have been. He may have been the Suze of Hunza. So that may have been like 3 or 4 envoys that he lost there.
Yeah, true. In production capabilities, I do see Russia is teaming quite ahead of everybody else. 138 plus the 115 faith attempts, 61 science, 57 culture. Still has a few problems. He's getting pillaged, and his horses kept on trading away with the Mongolian horses. I would imagine another attack is gonna happen, but I think it's too late. Peter is just gonna get horses, and we're probably gonna get to defend this quite easily. While I do notice, Phoenicia just keeps on banging down the city and galleys. Yeah, he just took another 2 down with one very, very low HP. Now at least we do have Scythia getting the upgrade button, and he did synchronize that with getting his mercenaries and also the turn of the era. Look at that. Everything synchronized over here. If only he would have been Dark Age, and he didn't get the golden, by the way.
Yeah, Zippy managed to miss Golden Age there. He must have used his envoys in Hunza. I don't know how he's... Maybe he didn't think about it. He didn't have the card time pressure, but he's a really good player. I think that he wouldn't have too much pressure just from a little Caravel fight.
Pompey, hello there, sir. Let me actually take a look. Pompey is asking us about Niter on the teams. I don't see any Niter except for Brazil. Actually, Tidis did go to get Niter for Dido, and by the looks of it, we do have Carnivals, Industrial Zones coming in, Great Writers coming out, and Brazil did get Bisheng. Brazil also did get Zankian. Oh my god, this is incredible what Brazil is doing with so many great people here. You got so many writers, so many scientists, so many of everything. So many of everything.
The trader
These are
merchant's
so
actually
powerful,
really
man,
interesting at Brazil.
Yeah.
Snagging the trader merchant with a total of 1 comp up completed is really good.
Yeah, yeah. Did he manage to get more in the meantime? No, I do see his industrial zone setup, a lot of campuses coming in, his Diplo quarter. He does have a harbor in Brasilia, and I don't see him actually getting a lighthouse. Look at that. This harbor doesn't have a lighthouse. Kick W, man. Okay.
Yeah,
wasn't expecting
he's
that
not
one.
a big fan of trade capacity, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't want those. Now, what is this industrial zone? Is this industrial? Yeah, the +2. And look at how much culture these are giving him. +5 theater square with another +4 over here, with another +5 over here. This is so much extra culture coming out from his theater squares here. 92 culture, 114 science for the Brazilian Empire. We're gonna have a pause of 2 minutes here so they can go through the session. I'm also gonna need to stretch my back and check out that patch. You see me always actually taking a look at the patch to see if it's still staying over there. Preserve this, profit, and this. Okay. Well, be right back 2 minutes.
I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
Who am I Who am I rooting for? Oh, that's a good question, MJK. Hello there, sir, and welcome. Glad to see you, sir. Oh my God, are we gonna see each other at the LAN again? MJK, let's get some beers going. Also, Elephant Guy, wait, pretty interesting Congress actually. Let's actually see. CD centers, no building created. Early double points, great merchants. Pedro II getting the Diplo victory points. And we do have the boats. Look at that, the boats of Phoenicia are actually getting pushed back. Now the big boys have arrived with the extra +5 against them. Furkube. I don't know what that is. Hold on. What is this? Oh my God, man. So many sales on Steam. Okay, Peter did go for another Pen Russian voice golden age. I guess we're waiting also for the guy to join back. We do have some harbors coming up from Smolensk, and I do see he's getting another wave of builders. He did go, now he doesn't actually have a more mentality to rely on, and I would expect him going for GMC as soon as he can. He did get it actually, he did put it down, he didn't finish it, 4 tens to finish. Hammurabi, I do see him on 46 science, 50 culture. Now I do notice all of these Mongolian Kesheks are actually going towards Russia. They're not going towards Babylon. Babylon did do what he should have done actually, get back behind the mountains into his choke, so he doesn't actually put his units in danger towards those Kesheks. In the Congress, we did have city centers, no buildings, so no walls, great merchants, double the points, and Pedro II getting Diplo points. We do have another encampment coming up from Babylon. He's getting Terracotta Army in 3. I don't see him benefiting from a spy yet, and I don't see intelligence agency getting built, so he's not going to get that boost for his spy, which would have been so valuable. XP 62 science, 34 culture. I do see him of course in a normal age with drums of war. He's gonna try to push back the Phoenician navy, and I gotta say he has a very good chance. Both of them do have admirals, so extra +5 from Scythia is helping him do the damage here, and I do have to say both are actually. Oh, wait a second, does he just have a 95 strength caravel fleet with a level 1 promotion on it? Oh my God, he does. Another bonus that we didn't talk about Scythia here is his ability to heal back whenever he kills a unit. So going into and taking down units from Phoenicia is not going to be as punishing, because his opponent is not going to need to spend 2 attacks on his boat while he just keeps on, how to say, well, those boats attacking are going to hit into higher strength boat, which will mean lower health for them. Anubi, hello there, sir, and welcome. Who is winning? We still don't know. At the moment, it does look like we're gonna have a conflict between Scythia and Dido next to him. We do have also Mongolia going directly towards Russia, towards Arwen. This is going to be a lot of pressure towards Lena here. Of course, we're going to need to see what Cleopatra is also going to do. He did manage to push back the units of Mongolia, but doesn't really have... Whoa. Excuse me. Look at this attack going. Distoria going in, getting one of those generals. And I do see he's going towards Brazil on the left side. And Brazil, I think he wants to rejoin, right? Yeah. Sorry, Babylon wants to rejoin. He didn't have Rakursis means basically keyboard binds. He doesn't have the keyboard binds. Really, MJK, man? Really? You're talking about juices over here? Really? Let me see. Only 3 cities for Mongolia. Yes, he didn't hit his first golden age. He stayed on 3 cities, got the 3 encampments set up with a few campuses in between, and now we'll see if he actually manages to get out of this location. Most of everything that he's doing, he's actually going and doing military to try to slow down his opponents as much as he can. At least his economy is positive. He doesn't need to actually spend that much, even though I think at the courser timing he's actually going to spend a bit of time. Where did the elephant guy go? Did we miss
Sorry, I stepped away as well.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Croissant? Big croissant or sandwich or turkey? Wait a second, we're coming up to the Halloween time, no? So you're candy full. Or you're already getting your resistance going for a lot of sugar in your system, no?
No.
No? Oh, I see. You want the full effect. When you get the bag of candy, just give me that sugar rush. Oh man, yesterday. Yeah, sorry. Go.
No, speak. I have nothing important to say. Right
Okay. I mean, I don't have really something important to say, but just gonna say for the sake of saying. 2 days ago, I had a problem with my voice because I streamed quite a bit on and talked quite a bit Saturday and Sunday, and then quite a few friends of mine, my parents and so on, told me that I should get some either raw eggs, like raw little bird eggs. I don't know how to call them. It's called prepelița in Romanian. It's like a little bird, or get a lot of honey. Of course, I chose the honey. And I already ate like half of a jar of honey in a few hours. Got all of that in. Lukiang also, hello there, sir. Is Mongolia sending anything to Egypt? Also, Machiavelli, will you ever restart learning French again? Yes, sir. I am waiting for my French tutor. Les deux neurones restante MJK. Guernaros is saying the 2 neurons need to be the 2 neurons remaining of FJK are annoyed. The 2 neurons of MGK. Man, MGK, you need to get the 3rd one, man. It is what it is. It's a boxing ring in your head. Wow. Okay, I see. Anyway, let's see. On Mongolia, I don't see him actually sending anything to Egypt, and this is something that I wanted to show you, Elephant Guy.
Yes, that's gonna be a very good play from Destroyer.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8 of these coursers, 9 actually with the one damaged next to Sheret. The quick question is he going Phoenicia or is he going Brazil? Because I see him going towards the northwest, and he's also kind of keeping away from the vision of the scout of Tidits. You see how he's actually moving around him?
Yeah, he's gonna go to both.
He's gonna go to both, I see. Well, we do have units defending from Brazil, and I'm pretty sure they saw the magical red number over here getting quite high. Toman is 815, we got the Barsac 911, and then Sam is 767 on Cleopatra. But no 100 science now. Actually, Brazil is the highest one in the science and in the culture. 117 science with 141 culture.
Did Destroyer go...
Yes.
Did Destroyer go Drums of War? Or why is his culture and science so low?
This story.
Cleopatra.
On Cleopatra? Let's see.
Yeah. Is he pen brush? He's not free.
He's pen brush. Yes,
no, he's
pen
pen
brush.
brush. How is he 50 culture? Oh, he just doesn't have... Really?
He doesn't have what?
He doesn't have Moksha. In any city.
He does not?
He has Liang, Pangala, Victor.
Yeah, and that's basically the culture coming from Amber and other resources here. There's nothing else.
Yeah, his culture is just lower than I think it should be at this point in the game, but it's skipping a Moksha. He could have like a 7-pop or a 10-pop Moksha right now, and that would have been 60, right? That would be a lot more normal.
Yep. Plus the percentage from the population. It's a bit more. Yeah. Well, we'll see if he actually manages to fend off attacks, or I should say attack into Brazil and successfully and into Phoenicia successfully. While we do have an attack going on from Mongolia into Russia, Russia has not kept building units, and this might be extremely problematic here. These Kesheks are not something you want to fool around with horses against.
I think that the most important thing is Russia teching printing? And when does the intelligence agency finish on
He's getting military engineering right now.
So that's Niter. His team needs Niter. That makes sense.
GMC is
He's going GMC, but it's intelligence agency on Genghis. If Genghis has his intelligence agency done soon...
5 turns.
So that'll give him... When he finishes the intelligence agency, he's probably going to have that before a spy comes out on Russia. The timing is going to be close.
And he's going to get
if Genghis can get +6 or +12... for 2 or 3 turns, that can do a ton of damage.
Yeah. And he has with him so many K-Shakes. We're talking about 6 K-Shakes that are going on the offense here with just 2 horses. The horses usually are just used so you can take out cities, while the K-Shakes are going to be used to actually do the damage against the units here. Russia is going to start to see them, and I do see some horses being placed into the build queues, but still no general, no encampment anywhere from him. He's trying to get the Mahabali Temple in Voronezh, and I don't think he actually established more, right? Yeah, he didn't get more. The Defender of the Faith already got picked up by Phoenicia, and to be
I think
fair,
that was a deny.
yeah, that was the deny. He only got it in the city of KTY, that city, and I guess right now it's spread into Ugarit and Ainug, but these are the cities that are not really on the front line. Okay, well, Egypt is actually gonna go directly to Brazil, and we do have him with a general. Ethelfred is gonna cross the river next turn, and we're gonna see the Egyptian coursers just make quick work of the night and keep on going. Let's actually see what will happen, how quickly it will happen actually.
Brazil is one of my least favorite civs to send a bunch of coursers into because it doesn't improve shit.
You don't get any, yeah, you don't get any pillages, health pillages, some faith pillages, and that's about it.
Yeah, like this is like until you get onto the industrial zones and the aqueducts, you're not actually getting anything here.
Yep.
You can maybe kill a city. Like the biggest thing is will Porto Alegre survive, but he won't take more than one with us.
And this is the big question. Are we gonna see Sam over here get to shift under his units so he can grab Porto Alegre? Because he should, right? With 4 units attacking into it, he should be able to do enough damage to take it down in 2 turns, or even 1
Yeah,
turn?
he can kill that
2
city
turns.
provided it doesn't get walls up.
Yeah. Okay, another knight coming up from Fortaleza, more heavy chariots to upgrade, coursers coming in from the southern cities, and Tirit is gunpowder in 3 turns. We'll see if he does manage to get to ballistics or military science so he can actually get this going. On the seas though, we do have Phoenician frigates coming out. No, he did manage to, upgrade a few caravels.
We need to pay close attention to this naval fight for a few turns. This is really, really knife's edge.
Yeah, and I gotta say,
Scythia is potentially overextending right now, but he's also potentially ripping Dido's face off. It's very hard to tell.
Oh, you did mention, you know, the caravel fleet earlier. Oh my god, this guy is like 95 strength. On full strength,
Yeah, the
he's
caravel
like
fleet's
95
really,
strength.
really strong.
The question
He's
is,
square
with
ranking
the
in 4
frigates,
turns. That's something.
with the frigates though, will Barsake have the chance of pushing back? He's getting
I
his
think
intelligence.
it could go both ways right now. It really depends on if they can get Scythia more money. Because the Scythian boats heal whenever they kill a unit, right?
Yeah, and he has so many here.
Gonna be this is like very, very knife's edge right now. And when is the intelligence agency done on Scythia as well? I thought Scythia also was setting up for Terracotta Army, but I could be wrong.
Oh, he did already get it. He did already get the
He's
intelligence
got his
agency.
intelligence agency done already, so he probably has he probably has +3 on Dido right now, maybe +6 because I think he went printing first as well.
No spy yet. Let me double check the numbers, the true numbers.
Does he have 3 right now or no?
No, 0.
No, so no printing on Scythia, so he's just behind on the printing timing.
Yeah, and it looks like XSplit doesn't want to handle all
But
of
his
those.
spy just got
frigates.
there, so his spy is ahead of the time, ahead of the curve by like 4 turns.
Yep, he just got it in the city of Tyre.
He needs to remember to activate that. I forget to activate that almost every game, for at least half of the turn.
I do have to point out, now would be the time for Phoenicia to move inch forward with his frigates and take out a few of the caravels of his opponent here, of XP. Because in the meantime, when these frigates are going to come out from Scythia, it's going to be much harder for Phoenicia to push in. I do also want to recognize, Scythia actually did successfully keep Soloka, which was something that we didn't think possible. And he did also manage to push back Phoenicia so hard back into his own lands here. Very nice from XP.
I think Dido voluntarily pulled back.
Yeah.
He had a lot of promoted caravels. I don't think he could have been slammed back. It could have just been.
He was getting slammed back. I was watching the numbers, and there was just a few more extra points from Scythia on his boats.
Then it's just a gold diff. They just couldn't upgrade Dido enough. I think Scythia's gonna win this fight now.
Ooh, big promotion.
The war bonus is just better.
Yep.
I'm wondering what he's waiting with on that caravel, actually. He probably started getting into the sim or sending gold deals or something.
I mean, he has another frigate as well. If he just makes a line of caravels in the front line, he should be able to take out 1 caravel at a time with the number of frigates he has. No, 3 shots should take out a caravel.
You don't want to engage when the opponent has +3 on you right now. The intel advantage is in Scythia's favor, and the combat strength advantage is...
True. Well, let's actually see when the frigates come out from Scythia, and we're gonna see a match over here from Phoenicia's scout. Sorry, spy.
Oh, these Keshiks got in.
This is a problem. No, there is a knight over there
I
in
don't
Russia.
know. They don't do enough damage to that study center.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, but there's 6 of them. You know, there are
There
a
can be as
lot.
many as there want to be.
If that expression holds true with throw as much shit at the wall and see how much it sticks, this is basically throwing enough shit at the wall. Let's actually see how much it sticks.
I mean, the Russia doesn't care at all. Look at his prod queue. It's campus.
Yeah.
He's not even queuing up a wall in the city.
Yeah,
and he
he's
has
just
DMC
straight up
completed,
buying.
so he can faith by
Yeah.
knights now.
He's just buying knights everywhere. I do have some forces in the south here from Mongolia that are trying to get some pillages going. On the knights is still a problem. The Keshiks can actually do the damage. What, four shots actually would take out the knight, and there's 6 Keshiks. Oh, this one would be much easier. No sport bonus on him. Let's see here. What's going on here? Porto Alegre, no shift enter from the story.
The Trebuchet general got popped.
Oh, right.
So he popped his general. He lost +5 for the Trebuchet because he's banking his whole push on just killing this one city.
Well, that might be very, very successful anyway. Like, look at this industrial setup. It's going to be cut in half. Not going to be as good anymore. We will need to see Brazil also take care of all of these units, which is going to slow him down quite a bit. I'm not
Wait, they
that
blocked
convinced
city
it's going
center in the Congress.
Yes, they did block. So no walls. No
Oh,
walls.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They can't
that
get
city's
walls.
probably dead then.
Yep. Great merchants also doubled, and 2 diplo points for Pedro II. Easy.
Wait, did the team actually commit to Diplo, or did they just save Diplo? So 22-11.
Wait.
No, they kind of committed to Diplo.
Yeah, they kind of committed, but I was trying to take a look who is who. You know, both of them actually kind of committed to Diplo. They put a lot of points into this.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think they put a
surprised.
lot
The top
less-
2 options in this Congress are crazy impactful.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked that it's this much commitment to Diplo in this game.
Well, it did happen. Indonesia getting. How did this guy actually manage to get a Jong? Man, oh man, this is a problem. The Jongs are gonna be so impactful here if he does manage to get enough of them. And he does have 3 that I can see he can actually get out of from Badung, and I'm pretty sure he just tries to keep on buying some. If he just buys what is it? Quadrims, it's 120. Faith.
I think
if he
it's
wants
yeah,
to-
I think it's like 120. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah. And the first knight was taken down. Another one will pop out. Okay. What's happening with this? Nothing. No movement. Okay.
No,
Everybody's
neither
watching.
team has enough combat advantage to feel comfortable pushing forward.
Yeah. He got his boat back over here to heal it. I don't also notice he's building them in a relatively good enough time. I do also see Barsake is a little bit higher in points than we do see XP. 77 science, 73 culture versus 66 and 60 and 33. While Barsake did get a Pan Russian voice, XP could not get one. No movement here. Mongolia is still at the doorstep of Russia, slowing down Russia, and I gotta say Arwen does have a problem with this.
Can we check if Genghis is going for Terracotta Army?
Yes.
He does have a
somebody...
spy out.
Wait,
he
it was
does
built
seem to
already.
be waiting
It was
on
built
it.
already.
It was built by. It
Yeah.
was denied by.
Babylon.
It denied by Babylon. Okay, so
Yeah.
then he's just got to figure out where he wants to send a spy on Genghis. Genghis also lacked the Victor promotion for promoted spies. He skipped it.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I guess
he did.
he's going to be capped at not very much combat. But has Russia not even built a spy? Russia, what are you doing? You need a spy.
I don't see a
He's
spy.
building a workshop.
Yep. I don't see a spy.
You give it GMC, he's teched Diplo service, but he's not even producing a spy? Like, something is wrong here.
He doesn't care. What can I say?
He has printing right now, I suppose.
And that's a GG.
GG, wait, huh? Wait,
Right
huh?
there,
Who?
GG. I
Though
don't
its
know who,
face may
but I
change
saw
throughout
GG
the ages.
instantly, and the victory screen started happening.
History
What?
is written
I
from
don't want
the
to let in
hand
a
of
few
the
seconds,
victor.
but this is what I cut, and I do want to say we did have quite a few conflict zones on the map, but quite a few civilizations that weren't in their ideal spots. Babylon, for example.
By your
quite
actions this
problematic.
day,
And it does seem like
You ensure
Barsake
our
going
people
against XP. We still don't know
glorious
who won over there.
tomorrow.
It does look like FTLV was kind of ahead, but maybe that's just my feeling. Let's actually take a
I
look.
have absolutely no idea who decided they lost the game.
That is
GG called
Kilad
by
SA
Kiliad, Sam,
GG.
and Zikli.
That's Ulyss.
Wait, the Russian
That
team.
is Ulyss.
GG.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have the
that
biggest
is
player
Ulyss.
on the map. They have Russia.
No, that's Brazil, the biggest player. They have 134.
No. Look at the production and culture and the production plus Faith plus GPT. He's the biggest guy in the game right now. He's behind 80 culture, sure, but the Brazil's actively
And 50
getting
cents.
like delayed.
Yeah, true. That's one of the things that I wanted to ask, actually. Well, first of all, Brazil did lose a city here to Egypt. The one thing that I wanted to ask is this push from Egypt gonna help out Egypt get back on track to be at the same level as Pedro? Huh.
They have the two
Let's
production
go-
leaders in the game, and they CC'd. This is shocking.
Let me actually take a look. Let's go post game. Let's go post game one. Oh, GG, well played. We weren't expecting you to GG here. What is going on?
It's over. Tizit is way too far from us. We have Genjis between three of us.
I see. So
It's
Tirits was the problem, but the Historia was already taking care of that problem, you know, quote unquote. He was sending courses everywhere.
Yes,
Slowing
but
down.
he can't. He won't scale anymore. He just prod 1,000 of coursers. So
I see.
And I
That's the problem.
mega kill XP.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But,
So dead, OMG.
Encore toi, quoi. Putain.
Ça fait combien dans le match-up Bart XP là? Un partout?
oh là, il tue là, mais là, Bart, il tue jamais XP là.
Et non,
Là,
non.
c'est un match
Ouais,
nul.
En vrai,
On se regarde là, c'est tout.
à un moment, il y a Ironclad, Nacio, à un moment, quoi. Et peut-être ça,
Ouais,
probablement.
ça se regarde.
C'est merde.
Ouais, le problème, c'est qu'avant ça, il y a Mars qui est mort, quoi.
Ouais, mais c'est
Ouais,
pas
gros.
grave.
On a Genjis au milieu de 3 mecs. C'est vraiment de la merde.
Ouais, je suis d'accord.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te
Disons
dise?
que, bon, on était là,
Ouais, la
qu'est-ce qu'on
dispo,
banne
c'est
pour
dur.
le
Hein.
dernier.
Oh là
XP
Non, mais-
il a dit Genghis, le chrono
Ouais.
avait commencé depuis une seconde qu'il a dit la ban auto.
là. Ouais, c'est tout épique ça.
Oui, bah on arrive dans la game, on pique ce qu'on veut, donc déjà bon.
C'est vrai qu'on était un peu surpris par la draft.
Ah bah gros,
C'est normal,
on arrive
c'est
en game,
normal.
on a fait on pique ce qu'on veut, c'est CPL League et c'est parti. Et non mais... Enfin... Genji au milieu de 3 mecs, de toute façon on peut avoir n'importe quel draft, bon. Et moi sur mon Amorabi, je spawn entre deux côtes. Si je spawn à gauche, je vais à gauche, il y a toi, à droite, c'est la côte de Sprig. J'étais vraiment très heureux quoi. Enfin,
Après,
bon.
bon, vous aviez un Kubilai entre 3 joueurs aussi, la game d'avant, ça s'est pas bien passé, je crois.
Non.
Ouais, bah oui, non, mais oui, nous, contre Dichard. Non, mais en fait, cette civ de merde.
De
enfin,
Marthe.
mais je pense que ma push Macédoine font la même chose. tu
Mais
vois.
oui, je pense que ma push Macédoine fera la même chose.
Quoique les 2 PM en plus de Lordo.
Bah,
Bah, en fait,
Lordo, c'est huge quand même.
Lordo ça permet de virer tout le monde en fait, c'est surtout ça.
La vie.
Là, j'aurais préféré que ce soit ma push à la place de Mongolie que.
Ah, je suis pas si sûr.
Bah,
Enfin,
ouais,
il est
mais
arrivé-
tu la vois venir,
il est
que
arrivé-
ma push, genre par exemple, le Malon, moi j'aurais pu avoir une ligne, là je suis obligé de prendre une grosse pression toute la game, il va très très vite, ça arrive tôt. Ma push, je sais pas, ça arrive pas aussitôt, tu vois.
C'est
Mais
trop dur
ma
à
push sans
défendre.
âge d'or, c'est pas pareil. Hein.
Pas arrivé tôt non plus quoi, il était en âge normal donc je
Hmm.
pense pas qu'il ait pu avoir les meilleurs timings.
Bah, on a pris il vient du centre de formation lui.
Après, déjà, il avait toujours sa B3.
What did happen earlier with Malm? Did he get delayed so much that he couldn't get his
Yes.
golden age? That was the
Yeah,
one
I
point,
just-
man. Incredible.
Just come face to face to
I
Yeah.
see.
so I had to turn over and
There was no escort on the settler, you know, and you got away with it.
yeah, I thought no one was here, but
Yeah, makes sense.
Tu les fais encore en 2 tours, les chevaliers, Titit?
ouais.
C'est relou, je suis arrivé, gros, le tour d'après, il y avait 5 chevaliers, 5 coursiers.
J'ai rien là-dedans.
Rien du tout? Même pas un
Ah non,
petit?
on a pas de
Nope.
tonne, gros.
I got a question from chat here for Tirits, especially. Why did you go for no commercial hubs or like mostly no commercial hubs on Brazil? Is this something you do often?
I didn't find the spot to put them, but I should have done more, I think. Or Arbor at least, probably.
I see. And you had an amazing forest fire. I gotta say, man, that forest fire slowed it down a bit, but man, after those tiles improved.
I mean, I don't think it was that great because I lost so many pop and I couldn't buy the tile of the forest fire, so
Yeah. Not even place anything on it for some time.
I mean now it's I grew on them, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
how many up do you have right now?
One
One.
Ah, nice.
And a harbor. And one harbor.
in a harbor.
One up, no river. Nice, nice.
Man, if there were no maze chops, you wouldn't have had the gold to upgrade any boat there. Maze chops or then the how do you call it, crab chops from Frodo from Indonesia, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was with the city of Badung? We were expecting you to just straight up buy a builder and then chop everything there, like, but you didn't. You just got like a boat or two and that's it.
Yeah, I should buy a builder first, a galley, but it was a mistake because I was not expected Sitia to have a city left, so
I
he
see.
produced a galley and take. I wanted to keep the choke with one galley, but
Oh, you
two
didn't
boats
know he had
come
like two
from
cities.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. I see. That
Didn't
was the lack
expect,
of
so I
information.
was fucked and.
The turn you settle city, I produce Gali.
What pantheon did you take, Sprig? I didn't saw.
Colonie.
Okay. Tu voulais pas me deny?
J'aurais pu, mais colonie, ça m'allait très bien. J'avais que des cases, j'avais besoin de bug des cases en fait sur toutes les villes à chaque fois. C'était terrible, frère, les deux.
Ah, nous on aimait bien la map d'avant.
Ouais.
Nous on a une map pour qui déjà?
Pour Titit.
Pour...
Toujours
C'est
pour
vrai.
Titit qu'on remap, les gars.
Well, GG well played, and I'm so sorry for the early beginnings over there. Barsake, I hope you're gonna feel fine and get stuff in order there.
It's not too late.
You should fire
Okay.
Fierceus.
Yeah. We won't work with Fierceus.
He's gonna shave him at the land. You see Firsos with like a line in between, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, GG guys, good night, good night.
GG well played, Bolsare. Bye-bye.
Après on a pris une ville, hein.
Well, there we have it. I do want to thank so much Elephant Guy for joining us, and of course we do have Ulyss conceding to Freritos de la Vega this game in the CPL Premier League. We did see them play on the 7 Seas map, and it does look like Barsake was there, even if he was a little bit sick. He did manage to pull off quite a very good game over here on Phoenicia. We did have also Brazil getting bigger and bigger. Nobody could stop him by the looks of it. Egypt wasn't thinking this is gonna happen. I do also want to say we got some more lightning strikes over here to come back and give some more news about the amazing Milton Hurricane. Just got downgraded to a level 3. It's not even gonna reach Sarasota as a level 4. So wait a second, media was telling us that it's coming up as a 5 and then it got downgraded as a 4, and now it will actually be downgraded to a 3 and it will hit the landfall with a 3. I mean, that's good news for everybody living there, right? It's gonna be less disturbances, but at the same time, makes no think twice about that media, does it? Well, let's actually see. If you don't want to check out this website, just take a look at thewindy.com and you're gonna get the same information as I did. Have a great evening, everybody, and thank you so much for the follows, for the subscriptions, not to mention also for your a warm welcome over here in the chat and for all of your support. We're gonna have the Clan Championship Cup started off on Friday, and we're gonna have it going on until late Sunday. We're gonna need to see how things are gonna evolve over there, and I did try to get a good mix of games in between the normal ones that we get to see, for example FFA Ironmans, and also some 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2, the 2 versus 2 finals. Maybe we're gonna get to take a look at the 1 versus 1 finals. We're gonna need to see how they're gonna be timed, and of course taking a look at our normal 4v4 finals. Have a great evening, everybody, and let's see you next time. Bye bye bye.